You could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up.
Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From ESPN Podcast and Omaha Productions.
Ready? Here we go.
Coach, the new groundbreaking educational football podcast hosted by NFL legends Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, and Michael Lombardi. In each episode, the coaches break down game-changing situations and front office management tactics, sharing insights from decades of coaching experience and opening up the Bill Belichick Encyclopedia of Football Knowledge. Created by football legends for football fans. New episodes of Coach drop weekly. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Monday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, Monday. You've made it through to the LA Afternoon Drive. Which is George Shia, Scott Kaplan. Sedano is in Vegas, NBA Cup time. Cappy is not in Vegas, but we'll talk about the Lakers winning last night. LeBron came back from the, quote, the personal reasons saga. The Rams are in first place in the NFC West after a bad Seahawks. Man, the Seahawks were bad last night against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. And what happened to the Chargers? The worm didn't turn on that one. We'll do that, plus the usual fun and frivolity. Let's do it Monday afternoon with the LA Afternoon Drive takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry. He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah.
You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Sedano and Kap right now.
Beep, ba da boop. Doo da da da. Boom, ba da ba. Beep, ba da ba.
Yeah.
Hi, Cappy.
Yo.
How was your trip to Arizona?
It was pretty good, other than yesterday. I went to see the Arizona Cardinals play the New England Patriots in what was a very ugly NFL football game. And,
Yeah.
George, I don't know if you've ever been to a game at State Farm Insurance Field.
I have. Yeah.
I've never been there for a game before, and it was about the least exciting crowd. Full, like total full capacity, 70,000, sold out, whatever it was, not an empty seat in the house. Lame, dude. Like, I don't know if it's like everybody's not from Arizona, so they became an Arizona Cardinal fan later. And then there were a lot of Patriot fans, and they were out of their minds as usual. But, it was good to be there, other than the product on the field was very disappointing. How was it?
I honestly, in the times I've been down there, I would say that the Suns by far have the most actual rabid fan base. Mm-hmm. And even they, at times, if the team's not playing great, can be a little bit sitting on their hands. The only other time I've been in that stadium was not a Cardinals game. It was a Super Bowl, so that's a little different. But yeah, and a Diamondback. I mean, baseball's it rarely has a vibe anyway to it. It's mostly people just kind of hanging out. But yeah, I would say that that is kind of reflective of the way most people feel about the Valley there.
Yeah.
Regard outside of the Suns, because I think the Suns have. I mean, they've also been around the longest, so I think that helps too. You know, remember it's a very new sports town in a lot of ways.
No doubt. I mean, 15 years ago, that stadium wasn't there. The Dodgers facility wasn't there.
Right.
That hockey facility was being built, used, and then now is empty. So I mean, it was good to be out there, but it was a very poor product on the field, and it was a very unexciting environment.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game either, right?
But, right, but I will tell you, later on in the show, something happened to me yesterday during this game.
Yeah,
where I was inches away from having to I was going to have to kick a little ass yesterday.
Uh-oh, ass kicking time.
You know? But as you know, I'm way too big of a wuss to even engage, let alone
someone else was going to do it for you?
I will explain it to you later because I will be curious to hear what you would have done.
Sure. No
okay.
problem.
Now, with that said, thank you for asking me how Arizona was. Let me reciprocate by saying, how's Vegas?
Vegas, cool. I went back home yesterday for about 18 hours.
I did see that on Instagram.
It's so weird because I thought going home, sleeping in my own bed would be great, and I slept terribly last night. I don't know what. Maybe it was because I was like, like the anxiety of, I got to get up early for this flight or whatever.
Right,
just kind of. So I've been on like coffee all day. It hasn't helped. It hasn't worked. I'm still exhausted, but whatever. Saturday was fun. And then tomorrow will be fun too. I'm calling the game tomorrow, which will not be on this air because I believe we have a Kings game after us, joined in progress. But you could hear it on the ESPN app, on the ESPN LA app, actually. So it'll be me and PJ Carlissimo. Mark Kessler had to run just had to run. So I've been called up out of the bullpen to call the game.
Hey, good for you, man. Hey, it's funny that you say that because you said, yesterday or Saturday was fun. Last year, the Lakers were in the in-season tournament, and they made it to the championship and won it.
Right.
And so because it was the first year and because it was the Lakers, I took more interest in it,
Sure.
This past weekend, I must admit, I wasn't overly interested, but I was having a conversation with a guy in the gym this morning that was sort of a little bit of a flex right there. I want everybody to know that I'm in the gym in the morning. I was having a conversation with a guy in the gym this morning who's not what you would call like a hardcore NBA fan. And the thing he said to me was, I really love the in-season tournament. And I said, oh, really? What is it that you love about the in-season tournament? He goes, this is the time of year where I don't think basketball players actually care about the results. He goes, so I don't usually watch until the playoffs. He goes, but the in-season tournament makes me think that these guys actually want to win because there's real money on the line. So you tell me, you say it was fun.
Yes.
Like, give me a little recap of the actual basketball.
The answer is yes. Like, I don't think there's any question that these guys want the money. You know what I mean? Like, and you put a bunch of guys who are incredibly competitive to begin with, right, in a setting where they can win money, they're going to want to win the money. So I think that's kind of where we are in regards to once they're here. I do think it's interesting. I think one of the things that I talked to one of the guys from OKC, Lou Dort, about, he's like their defensive specialist, whatever. And he said to me the thing that was challenging for them, at least initially, was getting over kind of the environment of it being kind of a neutral site. Now, granted, they had a decent amount of fans there for them, and there were a lot of Hawks fans in that first game because the Falcons are playing here tonight against the Raiders.
Right.
So
you could kill two birds,
a bunch of Atlanta fans were here on Saturday, right? Because they were going to do they were doing the Raiders game too. So yeah, it is kind of wild. But yeah, I think that look, when I talked to one of the guys on OKC this afternoon, Jalen Williams was like their second best player behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's crazy because OKC is so young. Like, they're all in their 20s, basically, outside of Caruso and Hartenstein. But, like, he just said, you have a playoff feel during these games that you really can't replicate. And this kid's only been in the league 3 years. You know what I mean? And he's telling you can't really replicate it in the regular season because there's actual stakes on the line. So, yes, I agree with the guy at the gym. There is a level of competition that you wouldn't see. And by the way, we saw that last year leading up to the games in Vegas, and we saw it this year. Like, these teams want to win those cup games.
Well, I guess by tomorrow night, when the Bucks take on the Thunder, I will watch the game and actually feel like I watched the in-season tournament, when in actuality, when games were being played on Tuesday or Friday and they had the funky courts, I was like, whatever. And then I really was not paying attention Saturday. You were immersed. You were boots on the ground, so you were kind of in it. But now I'll watch 2 games of Monday Night Football tonight, and then tomorrow night when I would be jonesing out, like, what am I going to watch? Tomorrow night I got the in-season tournament finale.
Correct. And for those in your car, you can listen on the ESPN LA app. It'll be there on the live play-by-play tile, whatever we call that. And I'll be there. It'll be me and PJ. I thought Harlan, our boy, was going to be here, and then I realized, he's in the Minnesota-Chicago game. He's not here in Vegas. So, bummer.
Right. A little Monday Night Football action tonight. 2 games.
Because he does Monday Night Football on Westwood One Radio.
That's right, and now taking a look, he's wearing the white pants with the red stripe, and it's a snap, and he's got it at the waistline, and now up over his shoulder. Yeah, I know. We got to do dueling Harlans. We got to get him back.
Yeah, so so I thought I'd run into him today, and then I realized, he's
If you run into Kevin Harlan, will you say, hello, Kevin, how are you? That is a wonderful brown sweater with really nice khaki pants and excellent-looking loafers. Will you do that?
Yeah, I thought I would see him, because TNT had the first game the other day, so I thought, maybe Harlan will do the Raider game and the basketball game the day before. And then I realized when I saw Brian Anderson, I'm like, he must be doing the other game on Monday. Bummer. And it was nice to see Brian Anderson too and Stan Van Gundy, don't get me wrong, but I was hoping to see our boy Harlan. So. And
is PJ already booked dinner for after the game yet, or what?
I mean, this guy. So I get here on Friday night, right? And he's texting me. He's like, "Are you going to make dinner? We have an 8:15 reservation." And I'm like, "Well, I don't land till like 9." And he's like, "Come straight from the airport. The restaurant is right near the airport." I said, "Yeah, but I got my bags and stuff." He's like, "Don't worry about your bags. They're going to take care of them." I said, "Get out of here." He's like, "Just come here, okay?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I get over there. The maitre d' greets me and says, "Mr. Sedano, we've been waiting for you. Please give me your bags. Mr. Carlissimo is over there in the back room."
Nice. Beautiful. And we have a nice meal. PJ
it was
picked
a nice
it all
Italian
up.
meal. Yeah, it was a nice Italian meal.
PJ took care of everything, I hope?
The league paid.
The league? Mm-hmm. Wow, you are really in the league if the league is paying for dinner.
League pays a decent amount at these events.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
If you get the invite.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
So, Cappy, you know what I saw when I went to dinner the other night. So after the game, I was tired. I had to wake up early to get on the flight to go back home to L.A. I'm like, I don't want to have the crazy dinner tonight with everybody. I just want to have like a salad at a bar and just like watch, like just hang out, have like one glass of wine and go to sleep. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go to the steakhouse at the hotel I'm staying at, and I sit at the bar and I order my glass of wine, and then I order this salad, right, with some steak in it. And all of a sudden, I'm finishing up, and I said, I think I could do one more drink. And I look up, Cappy, and do you know what was on the bar?
Shall I guess?
Go ahead.
A little tequila mandala, perhaps?
Tequila mandala. They had mandala. So I said to the bartender, I'm doing some mandala. A little reposado, please. Big rock. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. And I sent it to Kirk Cartosian. I sent him a picture of the bottles and whatnot. Of course, one of the founders of Tequila Mandala, award-winning artisanal small batch premium sippy tequila, founded by a couple of guys just like you, one born and raised in Jalisco, Mexico, the other one here in SoCal, or down in Downey, with a vision to create a sippy tequila meant for sharing with friends and loved ones. You've clearly heard us talk about it. You've seen us post about it, those beautiful hand-painted round ceramic bottles. You can't miss it. I spotted it from a mile away when I was sitting at the bar. Have you tried it yet? Tequila Mandala, Blanco, Reposado, Añejo, or Extra Añejo? Try them all for the love of God. Elevate your tequila. Right?
Yeah, don't just try them all because they're good. Try them for the love of God. Why don't you?
Exactly. Elevate your tequila game today and make sure Tequila Mandala's with you at your next occasion. Holiday party, there's tons of those coming. Anniversary, carne asada, birthday, whatever. Celebrate with Tequila Mandala today and follow their journey on their social channels at Tequila Mandala. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. So visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. So yeah, Cappy, I was very excited to see that there. And it's funny, like so Lindsay asked me if I won anything. So when before I went to the steakhouse, I was like, I'm like, I went over there and the thing was packed, and I was like, all right. The bar was packed, so I'm like, the lady's like, if you come back in like an hour, there'll be spots for sure. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went, I started playing some blackjack, and I hit like a nice little table. I was only playing like $15 hands, nothing crazy.
Wow, you get a $15 hand on a Saturday night or a Friday night in Vegas?
Yeah, it was
impressive.
Saturday, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, there was one table with $15. I didn't want to, and there was only 2 guys there, 3 guys there. So I'm like, all right, perfect. I'll just sit here, on first base, and I'll set the tone for everybody
nice.
here.
Smart.
And yeah, so we did all right, and we had a nice little run. And I wasn't like going crazy. I doubled down like once or twice, and then so I was up like 3 and change. You know what I'm saying? Because I put in like 2 to start, And then some guys showed up, kind of started screwing things up. We changed the deck, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm up 75. It's been almost an hour. I'm going to my steakhouse, so there you go. I paid for my meal, basically.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
good for you, man.
So far, so good.
All right. Well,
but tonight,
listen.
an early night tonight.
All right. Well,
I'm tired.
It's Monday though. Tonight you get some $10 tables.
Well, maybe and I'll watch the football game or whatever. I'll see what happens to the Raiders. I thought about placing a wager against the Raiders today, just so the Raider fans would be all up in arms about my mockery of them, and I could show them the ticket and put it online. But I forgot. I just ran out of time when I was running out of the hotel.
Well, I will just say this: tonight, 2 games of Monday Night Football. Tomorrow night, we're talking about this NBA in-season tournament finale. And tomorrow, after I get off the air from downtown LA, I'm driving to Fullerton, because I'm going to go visit our people at Ocean Subaru tomorrow. Right now we're celebrating the 2024 Share the Love event, and our people at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton are here to help get you into the best Subaru vehicle for you and your family, safest vehicle on the road. That's not some opinion. There's all kinds of statistical facts that'll back that up. But I've been telling you for the last couple of years, each year we're trying to raise more and more and more money for the Share the Love event. Last year we were at like $250 million nationally. This year we intend to reach $320 million. And that money, when you buy or lease a new Subaru, that money can either stay home, because in Fullerton, our foundation or our organization that we're working with this year is called the Women's Club of Fullerton. That is our local charity of choice during the Share the Love event. But if you have a desire to want to use a national organization, the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, all very worthwhile organizations. But if you come down to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and you're looking for that brand new Subaru, tomorrow, me and Omar, the general manager, 20-plus years in the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service, Omar. We will be down there tomorrow night. We're shooting a whole bunch of videos, and I am going to actually be looking at some other Subaru products, because currently I'm in the Crosstrek, but I'm thinking about something else. Ocean Subaru is conveniently located at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. Visit the website oceansubaruoc.com. That's oceansubaruoc.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They make you smile at every mile. We are off and running.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis here to tell you again about Prize Picks, right? Prize Picks is so much fun. It takes what we already love, games, sports, right, and makes them even better, because Prize Picks is the place to get real money sports action. So why not join over 10 million users and sign up today? Prize Picks always puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. So make your holidays bigger and brighter. You can win up to 200 times your money on Prize Picks. Join now, because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pickmas. So download the app today, use the code 710, and you're going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you place your first $5 lineup with the promo code 710 with Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey guys, it's Cap, and if you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a great cash offer with no need for repairs. They buy it as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close within days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving costs and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Harry Douglas here, and if you're constantly on the go like I am, then earbuds are a priority. That's why you need Technique's new noise-canceling AZ80s. Like you, these buds work as hard as they play. You'll get Technique's legendary high-res audio, along with state-of-the-art noise cancellation, so you can stay in your zone. Visit us.techniques.com/sports for special holiday deals on the AZ80s today. That's us.technics.com/sports.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Monday afternoon. Today is Day of Reconciliation. Not for Cappy, though. His people don't do that, right? No. And on this day, in 2000, the #1 hit, Destiny's Child, Independent Woman. Independent Women, Part 1.
Oh, come on.
Sedano and Kap continues here Monday afternoon right now.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. Yo, this is when, like, Beyonce's clearly still at her peak, but this is like when, this was like an anthem for women that I knew. Like, they were, like, jamming to this song all day, every day.
A, I'm all about independent women. B, I have raised 3 independent women.
Whoa.
What do you mean?
I think that your definition of independent is a little skewed considering, you know, they got the credit card on file, they got the Uber.
And your Uber.
Yeah.
DoorDash.
they're like semi-independent, you know? Dad's still funding their lives.
You know what, Lindsay? Now that you say that, you're right. I have raised 3 dependent women. That's exactly right.
Like when I was 15, my parents were like, oh, you want a cell phone? Get a job. You want a car? Get a job. You want all these things? Get a job. And I was like, okay. So I did.
Yeah, I should have done that. I mean, they all got jobs, but I was still paying for all this stuff.
Yeah, they use their money to go to the mall and stuff, you know?
Yeah. You may be onto something here. Maybe they are dependent. Maybe they're not independent. You know, maybe Beyonce should come out with a new song. You know, Dependent Women.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Good point, baseball.
I know they're not paying for Jack's food, and that's expensive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
My parents were like, oh, you want a pet? You got to pay for it.
Yeah. That is true. You have, I will say you have called me out, and you are, sadly, you are right. You know,
I'm just jealous. That's all.
Listen, I told my daughter when I dropped her off at Cal Poly Slow, I said, listen, I either did you the greatest favor or I was the worst father. We'll find out how it plays out. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I gave you so much latitude. I gave you so much freedom that you've become this incredibly independent person. You can take care of yourself. You can travel on your own. You know, you're very, very independent. On the other hand, maybe that's because I was a delinquent father and I was too busy working and I was too busy with other things that I should have been more active. And so we haven't really figured out, did I raise an independent woman or was I a delinquent father? I'm not quite sure the answer yet. But I thought I was raising independent women until just a few moments ago.
Yeah,
I wish I had no offense. Like my parents did a great job raising me, but I mean, I had like the credit card and the Uber Eats. Like I would want for nothing. That's like my life right there, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's about to come to an end. Rude awakening is around the corner. It's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Stop paying for everything.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, bro. Whatever.
My New Year's resolution. Stop paying for everything.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cappy, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Rams the other day because we were off. And by the way, the Circle of Trust, I love that you miss us, but there's not much we can do when the teams play in our time slot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you want us to do. Like, do you want us to just, like, do, like, a rogue show during those broadcasts? Like,
That's exactly what they want.
I mean, it's like, yeah, but, okay. Like, you can't get your cake and eat it, too, okay? How about that?
Well, I'll just say this, that here's what happens. When the Rams play and it knocks us off the air, people are like, oh, these guys are never on the air. Then the next day, the Lakers play and they knock us off the air. So everybody's like, these guys never work. I'm like, what do you guys want us to do? Yeah. And you see, the thing is that when you work your regular schedule, you're like, okay, you know, I'm working. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do every day. When they give you a couple days off because you're preempted, you're like, hey, this is a pretty good deal. Yeah. So I don't complain about it, to be honest with you. I get a lot of other stuff done.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a lot of other stuff done.
I do. I swear to God,
my God.
On your days
Same.
off.
I'm so
you know
productive.
How much laundry? You know how much laundry I got done the last couple days?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you do
Especially
your own
because I'm
laundry?
going to be on a 12-day roadie here.
You do your own laundry?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, you would think a big celebrity like this, a big superstar, a guy who's calling NBA Finals, in-season tournament games on ESPN radio, you think a guy like this would have somebody to do his laundry? Hey, let's go. Get the laundry done. But it's not like that.
I figured
it's
you'd
not
have,
as glamorous.
Yeah, like the hotel laundry service. Like, here, pick it up.
No.
Drop it off. Bring it back tomorrow.
It sounds glamorous. It's that glamorous life, but it's just not really like that, you know?
No.
I mean,
Kid's doing his own laundry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you rolling your eyes at him for, baseball?
Yeah, what are you rolling your eyes at?
Listen, obviously,
I mean, my wife does a lot of the laundry, but I had to do it. Like, it was just, she was busy. She had stuff to do, and I'm like, all right, I need clothes. I'm going to do it.
I'm just saying, George has a pretty good deal. You know, he's got, like, the first class. I bet you flew there and back on JSX, didn't you?
I did not, no.
You usually
Timing
do.
didn't work.
Oh, see? That's why they have limited flights. That's why.
Not limited, but they fly out of 3 different airports in Southern California. They fly out of Burbank, which is not close to me, or Santa Ana, which is not close to me. LAX is close, but they only have a couple of flights, to Vegas, and it didn't work out. So I've flown every airline to come back and forth here just because I needed to be here at certain times. So
except for Spirit.
No, I'm talking about the big 3.
The big 3 are what?
Delta, American, United.
Oh, okay, because I would think from Vegas, Southwest, they don't get any consideration?
Nah. I mean, only if honestly, if they had a late night flight, which it's crazy they don't have late night flights anymore from Vegas. They used to. I remember at Southwest, I've done it before. There was like an 11 o'clock flight out of Vegas to back home to L.A., and they don't have those flights anymore. The last flights out are at 8:15. I'm like, that's absurd.
I am not joking with you. Last night I got into a flight in Phoenix, and a lady I sat, and this was on Southwest, and the lady was sitting in 2 seats at the same time. She wasn't a big lady. She was like, and I thought maybe she was saving them for somebody. So she said, "No, I'm not saving them. I just don't want anybody sitting here." And I'm like, "Well, can I get the window?" She's like, "So she lets me in. I sit down. I get my stuff all arranged. I took out a tissue and I blew my nose. Oh my God! God forbid you blow your nose nowadays." And this lady, she was wearing a mask. She was wearing surgical gloves. She had on a piece of plastic that was covering the back of her hair so that her hair didn't touch the back of the seat. She had all of her personal belongings.
That's kind of Michael Thompson in a lot of ways without the mask. Have you seen what he does on those videos with Trudeau? Like,
I have. I blew my nose, and you know what this lady said to me? She looked at me and she goes, "Are you sick?" I'm like, "No, I just I don't know. I was in Arizona. My nose got dry. My boogers are hard. I don't know. Like, I just wanted to blow my beak, girl. You know." And I was pissed. She was really giving me the dirty.
You probably could have just done that in the bathroom, though.
Yeah, but I was sitting down already. I couldn't blow I'm not allowed to blow my nose.
I mean, you are, but I wouldn't want to blow my nose in the middle of an airplane, though.
Well, sometimes you have to, though, because sometimes you get a runny nose.
I mean, this lady.
If you had a runny nose, that's fine. But if it's just because you got dry nose, I don't.
Well, I mean, this lady's wearing a mask with some kind of scuba tank coming off the side of it.
I was going to say you should have told her. Well, if I was sick, I think you're covered.
And then you know what the best part was? Then she did what I hate when people do this on planes. She then starts FaceTiming with somebody with no headphones. It is so rude.
I would say that her offense is much worse than you blowing your nose.
Yeah, I would say I don't know about much, but I would say you're kind of
no.
Hers is worse, but it's I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable blowing my nose in an air. I just feel like that's such a I don't know. That's just something I would want to do in private. I wouldn't want to do it in front of hundreds of people.
I got it, But when I blow my nose, I make a lot of noise too. Here, take a listen.
Exactly.
Here, listen.
You're not subtle.
You're
not subtle.
Here's me blowing my nose. Listen, this is a true story. Here's me. I'm about to blow my nose. Listen to this.
See? Oh my God. Right.
Only my grandpa has a louder nose blow.
Exactly. You're not subtle.
Are you sick? I looked over. I go, "No, I'm not. Are you?"
I'm sure you said
no, you
didn't.
You did not say that. You're so full of crap.
You guys know I'm a giant wuss, right? You guys
know. That's why you didn't say that.
But for some reason, it pissed me off the way she gave me this dirty look and asked me if I was sick. I go, "I'm not sick. Are you?" She goes, "Yes, I am." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
I said, "Well, good thing you got that mask on."
And the surgical gloves.
The gloves, too.
And the thing on the back of your hair so your hair doesn't touch the seat. And the gallon plastic bag with all your personal belongings in it, and your phone that's on speaker. I don't have to hear your conversation, lady. And the earplugs she had. I mean, she was prepared.
Cappy, are you prepared for the holidays? Well, I'll tell you this. Look, I'm a last-minute shopper. I'm guilty as charged. I've always been that guy. But not this year, thanks to my friends at Books. Yep. Holiday strategy, less stuff, more flowers. Sending farm fresh flowers from the Books Company, short for bouquets. It's BOUQS.com. Go there. I'm going to hook you up. 25% off your entire Books purchase so you can send some flowers to mom, abuela, your wifey, your girlfriend, tia, your sister, whoever you want to send flowers to. I love the Books Company. Flowers are cut fresh, sourced directly from the best flower farms, last way longer, okay? Trust me, I've had them for weeks at my house, all right? And with Books, you get a flower subscription if you want, gift them, flowers all year long. Surprise your wife, girlfriend, mom, as I mentioned. For Valentine's Day, you can get on there, too, because here's the deal. You get ahead of it. You literally go to Books.com, that's BOUQS.com. You pick the date, you pick the bouquet, and then you pick the date, and then it's there. And you don't have to worry about it. You never have to be the last-minute shopper ever again. So save 25%. Use the promo code ESPN. Save 25% by using the promo code ESPN. Go to Books.com, BOUQS.com, promo code ESPN. You get 25% off. That's Books.com, promo code ESPN, BOUQS.com, promo code ESPN. Saves you 25% off. So you blew your nose.
Yep, that's right.
She's wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm. Not just
you also fart on planes, too.
Yeah, but wait, mask? But not just like some normal mask. I'm talking there was some sort of scuba thing on the side of this mask. Like this big giant thing on the side of it. Then she had surgical gloves. She had on a plastic thing that was covering the bun on the back of her hair so it doesn't touch the back of the seat. And all of her belongings were in like a 1-gallon plastic bag where you could see everything she had. And then she was FaceTiming at full, volume. And she's asking me, "Are you sick?" I'm like, "Girl, I blew my nose. You're not allowed to blow your nose in America anymore? And you're the one who's protected." She had on everything. She was like Eric Dickerson playing football. She had on the glasses. She had on the neck brace. She had on every piece of equipment known to man. I'm allowed to blow my nose,
Do you remember some of the stuff people used to wear, like during like COVID in the airport, and people would wear like these crazy contraptions over their head, like these, astronaut spacesuits and stuff. Oh, man.
I don't remember that at all.
I do. I remember seeing like videos and stuff being like, oh, man, this guy's a little extreme.
Well, yeah, you just said if I saw it. Like, I didn't see it in person. Maybe on a video. I've seen all sorts of crazy things. I still see crazy things on videos all the time.
I've noticed that a lot of people, especially lately, just, out and about, wearing masks everywhere again.
Well, listen, this is the time of year you get sick. So I could totally – I always – I have now started to pack a mask again because I almost got sick once. Like, I started to get the drippy nose and all that stuff, and I was, like, pounding stuff to not get sick after that. And if someone's hocking up a lung next to me, I'm putting that thing on. I'm not even wasting time.
And I'm giving them a dirty look. But
and saying, "Are you sick?"
But just blowing your nose. Listen, let me ask you a question. I sneezed the other day in an airport, and I don't know about you guys, but when I sneeze, I put my nose into my
Your
forearm,
elbow.
my elbow,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I sneeze on my shirt so that I don't get my germs off to everybody.
Correct.
When I
Right.
see somebody cough and they don't cover their mouth, I'm like, hey, what the hell, man? Think about the rest of us. But this lady, I'm telling you right now, man, she's wearing a full scuba mask, and gosh, I mean, lady,
I get it. I
was
get it.
pissed.
I get it.
Very offensive.
You know who's not pissed?
Yeah, tell me.
Rams fans. Let's get to that because we haven't done any of that yet.
Okay, let's do it.
Because we were off, and then we went on this tirade and
about people getting mad that you were
about people
working,
getting
and
mad about us
Are
not
you
being on
sick?
the air, and that led to you talking
Are
about
you
the lady
sick?
that got pissed that you were sneezing and all that stuff.
Mm.
All right, so let's do all that. It's going to be short anyway at this point because we have completely wrecked the clock today.
Well, it's Monday.
Well, it is Monday. I'm in another location. We have been bad clock managers. Kirk Morrison's on today. He's going to chastise us about it, I'm sure. But, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Real Father's Rights since you already gave Brian Cohen the lecture about Real Father's Rights.
All right, look, Brian Cohen, young man, produces with Mason in Ireland. He's getting married this upcoming Friday. They asked, do you have any advice for the kid? I said, yeah, here's my advice. Get to know this number. Put it in your phone, 323-870-1611, 323-870-1611. That's Real Father's Rights, REEL, realfathersrights.com/710. More often than not, in family law, the court favors the lady. So, guys, these are the Real Father's Rights attorneys because they take care of the men to make sure you get the happiness and the justice you deserve. realfathersrights.com/710, Real Fathers' Rights, the Fathers' Rights Attorneys.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another three. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Did he?
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports.
Harry Douglas here. Say goodbye to bulky, clunky shavers that clutter your bathroom. Not only do you get an incredible shave, Panasonic's Palm Razor has a sleek, elegant design that adds a touch of sophistication to your bathroom. It also conveniently charges with a USB cord. Visit shop.panasonic.com/sports to shop for the Palm Razor. Use promo code Harry for 10% off exclusively for ESPN radio listeners. That's shop.panasonic.com/sports, promo code Harry.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game-changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Monday afternoon. Today is National Underdog Day. And on this day in 2011, Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. Yeah, Chipwrecked was released in theaters. I don't know what that is, but it gives us an excuse to play the Chipmunk song because it's Christmas time. And I love it. I like it when Alvin goes, a hula hoop. Sedano and Kap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Love the hula hoop. Good song.
I don't know why, but these chipmunk voices always annoyed me.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like chalk, like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. Is that wrong to say?
I think they're cute. It's a classic.
I love them.
Classic
I grew up on the Chipmunks.
Yeah, not me.
Dude.
Yeah, not me. I mean, first of all, now you're pissing people off by sneezing on an airplane. Now you're just besmirching the Chipmunks.
I didn't sneeze. I blew my nose.
You're slandering the Chipmunks.
I'm not slandering them. I'm just saying their voices annoy me.
It's slanderous.
You know how many people my voice annoys?
Oh, I know.
It's a lot.
Trust me.
I'm telling you right now.
Especially Debbie.
Yeah, well, Debbie.
Oh, man, yeah, Debbie.
Debbie
says
just
you're
hates
cheap.
me.
Oh, Debbie.
Just hates me. God, she just wakes up every morning and just sticks little freaking pins into like one of those little doll thingies.
A little cappy.
She got like a little cappy, and she's just sticking those
She got a
little
little
pins in
cappy,
there.
a little cappy.
Right. What are they? Yeah, voodoo doll.
Voodoo doll.
That's
Voodoo
right.
dolls.
God, she's like, I hate you, Cappy. Freaking die, Cappy. She hates me. I mean, she sends cookies to the studio that are poisoned.
No, she does not. Stop it.
That's why I won't eat them.
She has a little cappy.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
Yeah. But anyway, Cappy.
Yeah, you were
we
saying
have
the Rams.
Yeah, let's talk about them for 5 minutes. Let me ask you a quick question.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Do you believe that we're kind of finally seeing from the Rams now what we expected to see at the beginning of the season when they were supposed to be fully healthy? Like, are we seeing the potential of this team now based off, remember in the preseason, people thought this is a 10-11 win team, and they still may get there despite all the stuff they've been through because they're winning by scoring 40-something points. Then in a rainstorm or whatever, cold rain, crappy game in San Francisco, they're winning without scoring touchdowns. Like, they're winning a lot of different ways, and I feel like generally that's the sign of a team that's pretty damn good.
Well, I think it's a sign of a team that's extremely well coached, number one. And number two, it's a sign of a team that is very unselfish And here's what I mean. Cooper Kupp last Thursday night. I mean, George, I can never remember a game where Cooper Kupp was in uniform and played, and let's just assume he played and he was healthy, where he didn't touch the ball. Now, it doesn't mean he wasn't targeted. Matthew Stafford did not have a great night. The weather, I'm sure, contributed to some of that, but he was so off from the beginning. Cooper Kupp had nothing. No receptions, no yards, no touchdowns. However, would you say that Cooper Kupp contributed to a team victory? I would.
Yes.
Because if you watch the game, he did a lot of other things that were very unselfish that helped lead the team to a win. So for me, well-coached team, unselfish team, experienced team who knows how to climb out of a big mess. And that's why rather than them just throwing in the white towel and going, hey, this season's over, it's toast, this team perseveres. I guess that's a long way of saying I'm not sure to answer your question.
I mean, geez, you couldn't have just said I'm not sure?
Well, I could have, but then...
But they win close games, Cappy. Like, think about it. They have won 7 one-score games this season. That's the second most in the league right now.
But it also, back to your original question, are we seeing what we thought they were going to be? Hold on. We all probably thought at the beginning of the year that San Francisco was probably the class of the division.
Right, and they also got banged up, too.
Right, but
they haven't recovered physically
and
from an injury perspective.
And don't they come off as looking kind of selfish? Because their players at the beginning of the season, like when training camp was happening, this guy's holding out, that guy's holding out, and they never were able to kind of bring it all back together. This guy's hurt, he's trying to recover, this guy wants more money. They just, the 49ers don't seem to have the selflessness and the concern about the team's overall good that the Rams have.
I think that's a stretch too far. Okay. Because it really was just Ayuk who was holding out, correct? Am I missing anybody?
No. What's the left tackle's name? He's like in his
Trent Williams?
Trent Williams. He also held out. You know, now he's had to deal with a lot of personal problems here recently.
Yeah, right. I was just going to add that. Like that's not just a footnote.
No. It's an important part of it. But I also think that when you see like Cooper Kupp had targets but did not touch the ball, okay? But then you look at Deebo Samuel, and a week earlier, he's tweeting
complaining,
out, nobody's throwing me the ball, and then they throw him the ball, and he's gone for a touchdown, but he forgot to catch the ball. So, to me, he comes off as it's more about me than it is about the team. It's just my own opinion. But with San Francisco being...
As opposed to DeAndre's opinion?
DeAndre, is that your opinion as well?
I was just going to say, you're the one saying it.
Because if so, that's our opinion.
I love how you always qualify. It's just my opinion.
Hey, just me. That's just me. That's just the way I see things. That's all. Hands in the air.
DeAndre doesn't need to have your opinion because his team is just knocking fools out.
That's right, baby. That's right.
I mean, Philadelphia right now, with the way they won yesterday against Pittsburgh and the way Detroit lost to Buffalo. But
let me tell you something. Josh Allen is the Lions' worst nightmare.
Yeah, but the Lions' worst nightmare is...
I know they're hurt.
They're getting more hurt every week. Like, they're literally falling apart. Yeah, they're falling apart, especially on defense.
Well, we're going to find out how good Jared Goff is, right?
Well, I mean, listen, they're going to still produce on offense, but I just don't know that they're going to be able to stop anybody on defense.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to outscore everybody.
Dan Campbell was telling us Aiden Hutchinson's the bionic man. He's going to be back before the end of the season.
I never thought that. But listen, San Francisco is done. Arizona is very average. Seattle could have a problem with Geno Smith and an injury. And by the way, they showed yesterday that they're not for real against Green Bay. And so the Rams have just persevered.
Correct. Cappy, I want to continue this football discussion over the next few segments, but I do want to talk about the Lakers, too, because the Lakers showed me something yesterday I really hadn't seen all season. I'll tell you what that is in a sec. But first, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Amazon.
Okay, let me do this. So, guys, look, we all know Amazon is a daily part of our lives. I've said it over and over again. Could be because you're ordering your holiday gifts there. Could be because you're watching football or maybe some other series. But now let's talk about Amazon Pickup. Amazon Pickup allows you to send your orders to a secure pickup location that you can choose. So rather than having your orders, everybody wants their orders sent to their house. But wait a second, I'm not going to be home. I'm going to be out running around. I got a Christmas party I got to go to. I got to finish up work, so I'm 100 miles an hour, so I got to go visit this person and see that person. And my packages are going to be sitting in front of my house or my apartment. I don't want them sitting there. Okay, so now you can pick up your packages on your own time. When your package arrives, you get a delivery confirmation email, and it'll tell you, hey, package is ready. Here are the instructions. Let's pick it up. Let's do it. And again, right now, super busy time of the year. You're out and about running around. You probably would be better served if you had your packages delivered to a secure and convenient delivery solution and location. That's Amazon Pickup. And by the way, no additional cost. You want more information? Of course you do. Amazon.com/pickupmvp. Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event starts now at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Experience the chill of winter and the thrill of savings with 0% APR on a brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson, 2024 Elantra, Sonata, Santa Fe, Ioniq 5 for up to 48 months, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Carden Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or online at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only, subject to HMF credit approval. Expires January 2nd, 2025.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with 2 big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Lynn.
Thanks, Sedano. All right, guys, so next week, the state of California is going to launch a new statewide incentive program offering up to $2,000 towards the purchase of a new electric bike. State residents must be 18 or older to take advantage of the program, and the incentive recipients must also meet the income requirement. So the whole point here is to obviously, reduce emissions in the air here, make California a clean state. So while a lot of people are going out and opting for these electric bikes, they want everybody to be able to have the opportunity to do that. So the applications for the program are going to open on December 18th, and you just go to ebikeincentives.org to see if you qualify. So you get a free e-bike. I don't think you qualify, Cap.
You get the free e-bike?
They give you a voucher for whatever amount, and you take it to any of their participating retailers, and you get an e-bike for free.
And what did you say the website was? E-what?
ebikeincentives.org.
E-bike incentives. Now, why would I not qualify?
You probably make too much dough.
Yeah, I don't think that you meet the income.
It's like the same thing for EVs.
Yes.
If you make a certain amount of money, you can't get the $7,500.
Mm-hmm.
And considering, you got all those kids there, though, maybe you should have them apply for it.
Yeah, you get them to apply because they're broke.
Yeah, well, right. They just don't live like they're broke.
they're broke as far as like the paper is concerned,
Right.
On paper, they're broke, but really they got you helping them out.
That's a good idea, though, with one small exception.
What's that?
The biking traffic now is crazy.
Down there in South or up here?
In South and in downtown L.A., man. Downtown L.A., there are people riding bikes in the streets with no concern with what is going on with traffic laws.
Well, I feel like for the most part, like in my experience, based on like other like Midwest cities and whatever, I feel like they got it down pretty good around here. Where it's like when I first moved here, I was like, whoa, this was like a huge, it was a big change for me. But I feel like for the most part, people are very observant and people are very aware of bikes. Like it all twists and turns, especially downtown.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm having a different experience.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you hit them, like they almost always get the right of way. So if you hit them, like you're the one who's screwed, not them.
I just feel like bikers choose not to, abide by red lights. Like I'm on a bike, therefore I don't have to stop at a red light. I'm like, dude, you're taking a chance with your life, pal.
Well, yeah. In that sense, yeah. But I feel like for the most part, you see a lot of, especially like the delivery drivers on the bikes. I feel like they got it figured out.
I don't know. Last week I saw a gang of about 50 dudes riding bikes right downtown, just coming right downtown, all doing wheelies. And I'm like, you guys, man, first of all, I wish I was cool enough to do a wheelie. Secondly, I wish I was cool enough to have 50 buddies all on bikes cruising the streets of downtown L.A. So, I don't know, man.
Was it the guys that all have like the lights on their bikes and stuff and they were playing the music?
No, I didn't hear that and see that.
I used to see that when I lived downtown. There was a group of like guys who rode, regular bikes. They weren't e-bikes or anything, just regular old bikes. But they were all decorated with like neon lights and the ones that spin around the wheel and stuff. They were pretty cool.
George, we should put together a group of riders.
Okay.
Get a bunch of e-bikers out there. Just pop wheelies and just cruise down Figueroa.
E-bikes are pretty heavy, man.
Yeah, they are.
So.
They're real
all right, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, just 90 minutes from wherever you are. Speaking of Morongo, the Lakers, they're a sponsor of the Lakers.
I sure do.
Our guy Billy Mack always talks about him.
He does, and he does it just that way. Morongo.
So, Cappy, I watched that Laker game yesterday, and particularly the second half intently. Because I just wasn't really all that interested in the Seahawks and Packers yesterday, I got to be honest with you.
I will admit, I was in the same boat.
I was kind of like, especially because it was like, they kind of pulled away early, and I was like, not really that interested. Like, I know the Seahawks got within like 10, and I was like, this isn't really that close, though. So anyway, I was watching the Lakers, and they did something that I was like, whoa, I haven't seen this all year. And that was play defense.
Oh, I thought you were going to say start Max Christie. I didn't know where you were going with this.
No, they played defense. DeAndre, am I not wrong? Now, granted, I do think that Memphis missed some shots that they normally hit. But nonetheless, the Lakers still had a level of aggression to them. They had, and JJ actually talked about this in the postgame about, like, because I don't know if it was McMiniman or Trudell, somebody asked him about the amount of fouls they had, and he said, well, you got like 28 fouls, and JJ was like, yeah, but it just shows that we're being aggressive, at least on that end. I don't care about the number as long as it doesn't kill us, right? I just want activity on that end. And they did. They got, like, I believe it was 10, either it was a 10 steals and 7 blocks, or 7 blocks, 10 steals, one of those. I'd have to go back and look at it off the top of my head. I felt like those were definitely the numbers. But anyway, there was actual defense being played, I thought, for the first time all season from start to finish. And it helped them against a team that is the number 1 scoring team or the number 2 scoring team in the NBA right now.
Yeah, Memphis came in that game. They came into that game hot. And then also the best thing is that they were able to get back in transition defense too, what the Grizzlies like to do, play fast.
Right.
And the Lakers are able to limit them in their transition buckets too. Lakers still turn the ball over a lot, but still the fact that they were able to be aggressive on the defensive end was a good sign.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys a question. Did you find the 49ers-Rams game on Thursday night, no touchdown scored, rain, cold, etc.? Did you find that game on Thursday night to be an entertaining sporting event?
Not really.
No.
Okay, I would
Pretty
agree.
Sloppy.
I would agree.
Blah.
Let me ask you guys this. Did you find last night's Lakers-Grizzlies game to be an entertaining sports presentation? Because
I was not really watching it for that. I was watching because I was like, wow, the Lakers are actually playing defense, and I wanted to see how sustainable it was the rest of the way, or if they were going to blow it.
I guess for me, here's the deal. 69 free throw attempts last night. 69. The Lakers went to the line 39 times. The Grizzlies went to the line 30 times. You're very nice. Guys, can I just say something? The referees, guys, you're killing us, man.
Oh, wow.
You're killing us.
Wow.
Seriously. Like,
I'll tell you this, Cappy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong. And I love the officials. Those are my guys, okay? But
Who
but
says
I'm with
that?
you.
I know, right? Not
those are my guys. You got to be nice to listen, when you do the job that I do, and I'm sure Cappy did too when he was doing the NFL, you got to be nice to the officials, okay?
You got to know the officials' names.
When you're going to need one.
Right.
Yeah.
And I used to buddy up to the referees before the games so that when they would go to the replay tent, that I could walk from the replay tent back to the field. And this way I could report what was going to happen before they would go back on the field.
Correct.
But listen, George, 39 free throw attempts for the Lakers, 30 for the Grizzlies. 69 total free throw attempts in an NBA basketball game, which now makes the game, instead of it being like 2.5 hours, it's like 3.5 hours long.
I don't disagree with you.
I mean, get a pitch clock for crying out loud.
I think there are a number of things that right now, here's what I would do. If I were, and I don't want to get too far off the tangent because I want to get back to the Lakers here in a second. If I were in charge of the league for a day, okay, I feel like what we saw on this, and DeAndre, I'd love your thoughts on this too. I saw what we saw on this as the host of Lakers Talk Daily, by the way, which you can catch on YouTube here on 710 ESPN. So last year in the second half of the year after the debacle that was the All-Star game, people around the league were like, whoa, there's a lot more physicality all of a sudden since the All-Star game in the regular season, because we always see it in the playoffs. But in the regular season, I loved it, okay? I think there are things that are lacking in the NBA that people loved about the previous iteration of the NBA. Now, we're never going back to the 90s. Like, people need to get rid of that stuff. Like, just stop. Like, that, I mean, guys were legitimately, like, clotheslining each other in the 80s and 90s. Like, that's not happening. But there is a level of physicality that I saw in the second half last year that I really enjoyed. Because, to your point, Cappy, there wasn't as many free throws in games. So the other part of it is this. I think that paint play is completely gone. Everybody talks about the post play for big men. I don't even think there's as many dunks in the game anymore. And when you're watching at a sports bar, Cappy, okay, when you're watching any sporting event, okay, I tend to try to kind of like notice what gets people going. When you're watching a baseball game, clearly a home run, right? Gets people like at the bar going, whoa, like, whatever. In a football game, right, a big touchdown, a long touchdown, or like a big hit, right? In basketball, when somebody yams it on someone, that's when the bar gets up. Mm-hmm. Maybe occasionally, like at the end of a quarter, at the buzzer or something, like a shot at the end of a quarter or half, or obviously to finish a game, people go nuts. But dunks, man, like there's not enough paint play. There's not enough physicality in the game. And I think those things would help remedy the game a little bit, in my opinion.
Well, didn't mean to get you off on a tangent because your whole point was about defense. I did not watch the game last night because I was watching it on my phone because I was in the airport, and then when I landed, I was still watching. By the time I landed, it was like middle part of the third quarter, and I'm sitting in an Uber as I'm driving home. To me, what I really noticed, and maybe you're going to say it was defense, but Ja Morant last night, I mean, his shooting percentage was so low. Like for a guy that's a good shooter. And I'm not saying he's Steph Curry, but to go 6 for 21 from the field.
No,
I mean,
he missed some shots that he normally makes. I'm with you on that, and I mentioned that at the beginning. But I think a lot of the shots were what DeAndre's been talking about. Guys just getting in bodies and playing the lanes a little bit. I mean, you don't get blocks by accident. You know what I'm saying?
See, but the thing is and they get a steal, when guys in the league now, when they get a steal, they're pulling up in three instead of going to the basket and trying to actually dunk on someone and set the tone. And then I feel like that alone is kind of like, a lot of disinterest in the game is that how many threes that these guys are shooting. I mean, the Warriors and the Mavericks shot what? They combined for NBA record for 48 threes or something like that. And like, I mean, it's cool. Like, like we like to, we love to see a lot of 3-point shots being made, but the whole game where you're just settling for threes and not getting to the basket and being aggressive is like, okay, we missed that aggressive mentality.
I agree.
Well, I will just say this. It was great that LeBron came back and added a bunch of energy, and it was great that AD scored 40 last night. I am curious about what LeBron was doing for the 2 games that he took off and the time that he was away from the team.
He said his foot was hurting him.
Yeah, but then why did they say that it was for personal reasons? Like, why didn't they just say he's hurt and he needs to be back with, like, trainers?
Okay.
I mean,
maybe two things can be true at once.
He did just say that in regards to, like, why isn't he practicing today? And he's like, he's off today for personal reasons. So,
anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point, though, is this. It was great to see this team actually play the way they were, like, about 3 weeks ago, when Anthony Davis, when everybody's going, oh, he's going to be the MVP. He's so great. He's averaging 37. Like, it was good to finally see him come back and have a 40-point night last night.
Big AD game.
Sure was.
Everybody go to Terminal H.
Well, hey, by the way, you sent yourself there, and rightly so.
I did. It was a brief trip, yes.
How dare you criticize AD? How dare you?
It was a brief trip, but now we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Back from Terminal H.
All right, speaking of the terminal, what do you have to say about your friends at LAX?
Look at you. What a segue.
Hey.
I was just there today, Cappy, my home away from home. By the way, hilarious story that I got to tell you about today's trip, okay? And it didn't even include me. It was about one of my colleagues at ESPN. Hilarious story, okay? Because this can happen to anybody. But first, let me tell you about my friends at LAX. Changes arriving daily to reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. My car charging as we speak. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And for when friends and family come to visit, a new facility will have all major rental car brands under one roof. And in the future, if you're local, you don't even need a car because the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. Yep. You take the Metro to that station right there outside on Century, and then the People Mover train will pick you up right to your terminal. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com for more info. That's flylax.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Boom. I wish I still had my truck with the speakers.
Yeah.
I got pulled over right in front of Angel Stadium.
Too loud of music?
Too loud of music. A cop pulled me over. I'm like, I'm going in to play. I don't care that music is too damn loud. It was murder was the case that they gave me. Banging it. Couldn't wait to get in there. Pulled me over. Too loud.
It's Trav and D-Bar.
Back tomorrow morning after Greenie on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Going through a life change, whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Head over to Kia of Carson for the Season of New Tradition sales event. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, Kia of Carson has all the hottest models in stock at deals that'll put the magic into the holidays. On top of already amazing deals, you can save an additional $1,000 on specially selected units with a holiday ornament sticker on the windshield. Don't miss this chance to save thousands on the exciting Kia lineup, including the new EV, hybrid, and plug-in models. Head over now or online at KiaofCarson.com. Sale ends January 2nd.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Travis with DeMarco and Evan Cohen.
Only one all-star defensive team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, it's Mace. There's more fun watching the NBA playing Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today. Pick more or less on at least two players' projected stats, points, rebounds, assists, and more. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, new users just have to play $5 and they get $55 in free entries. Download the Sleeper app. Use code 710. That's code 710.
Must be 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
you. Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STREAK to 321-321. That's STREAK to 321-321.
It is Sedano and Kap here Monday afternoon. Happy 43rd birthday to Rich Paul. And on this day in 2015, the #1 R&B song, Drake. That hotline bling. Sedano and Kap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Oh, there's Drake. I thought, he wasn't around anymore after what Kendrick did. So.
No, he's around. You know who looks exactly like Drake?
Oh God.
Tell me. Let me ask you guys if you see it. I see it because every time I watch the Lakers, I go, God, he looks exactly like Drake. Gabe Vincent. Think about it. Do a side by side.
Not really.
Yeah, maybe our social team in the back could pull
Drake
up a
is
side by
really
side.
short, like really, really short.
Well, I'm not talking height. I'm just talking like
face?
face, hair, beard, kind of like the whole.
I mean, I think you're just
facial
doing the thing because they have facial hair.
No, it's the hair. It's just the whole look. I don't know. There's a
But
look.
I thought, doesn't Gabe have roles? I guess Drake has had roles too.
That's
but,
right.
like,
Call me on my cell phone. Debbie, call me on my cell phone, girl. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Debbie.
Yeah.
She says, you already know Cappy's voice annoys me. I have to turn down the radio when he does his commercials. And he says, stop lying about the cookies, Cappy.
No, she said also that I should stop talking about how my kids, she goes, you don't pay for anything. So she took like a shot at me about the kids. I wouldn't have even seen it, I don't think. But Crypto Ray sent it to me, I think. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cappy, let's finish talking some football here.
Bye-bye.
The Worm did not turn yesterday. As a matter of fact, the Worm got its ass kicked yesterday.
The Worm got stepped on yesterday, and it's hard
in
to
the
believe.
second half, particularly because it was
again.
Oh, sorry. It was a close game until halftime, and then Mike Evans put Jim Harbaugh over his knee and spanked him.
Well, I mean, can we also say that it was really the entire Tampa offense? I mean, you had 283 yards passing. You had 223 yards rushing.
No, the rushing for sure. But the way they ran in the second half alone for like 170 yards or something crazy like that. But Mike Evans is really what separated that game. He had two back-to-back series where he had monster long touchdowns.
I mean, the touchdown that was in the end zone, which was the long one, was like 50 yards from Baker. That was a great one. But the better one was along the sideline where he catches the ball and nobody can tackle, and he takes that one to the house.
Right. And then, by the way, he had another monster play after that didn't go for a touchdown but also went for like 40 yards.
The thing is that would you not say that as you looked at that game going in, the Chargers are at home, they're in the middle of a playoff race, and they're playing against a team in Tampa that's just okay. There's nothing great. There's nothing spectacular. Their record doesn't say that they're awesome.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, and their division is not very good, right? I mean, New Orleans isn't very good. Atlanta's not very good. Carolina's probably one of the worst 3 teams in the entire NFL. So, they've been very average all season long, Tampa Bay, record-wise. You know what I mean? Like, they've been a 500 caliber team, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you have put that yesterday into the bucket of this is the game that the Chargers should win?
Although, didn't the Bucs did beat the Lions, didn't they?
I believe it was early in the season.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's early or not, right? They did beat the Lions.
But things do change. I mean, the Chargers
and they beat the Eagles.
What week was that? I don't recall. But anyway, so those are impressive wins.
Look it up here.
Week 3.
Yeah. Those are
week
impressive
4
wins.
on the Eagles, week 2 on the Lions. They beat the Commanders too.
Okay.
Like they beat some playoff teams.
Well, that's impressive, right? But you see, it's exactly what I've been trying to say to you, is that if you think, I would have looked at Tampa and said, Tampa's they're a 500 caliber team. They're coming cross country. The Chargers are at home. The Chargers are kind of on a hot streak right now. I mean, although they dropped a game against Kansas City. Okay. To me, this is one of those games that I would put in they should win this game.
Oh, I thought that was a toss-up when I looked at the schedule for that game.
See, to me, you've made a great point here today. I did not look back to Tampa's schedule to say, oh, they did beat Philadelphia. Oh, they did beat Detroit. Those are really, really impressive wins.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're capable of, sure.
But for the Chargers, there's not one win like what you're suggesting. There is no Detroit. There is no Philadelphia.
But they don't need that, to be honest with you.
Well, but you see, it's kind of like the Rams. We didn't really know if we would take the Rams seriously, and then they beat Buffalo. Right? And the way they beat Buffalo made us all go, whoa, okay, maybe the Rams are starting to show some real signs of life here. Right. And then, as you pointed out earlier, then the Rams beat the 49ers, and they went from a 48-point outburst to a 12-point outburst, and they find ways to win regardless.
Right.
You know?
Fair. Right, I get that. But they're also not – the Chargers roster being the team that's most over the cap, having no receivers, and by the way, their best receiver, arguably, or their best deep threat receiver, getting hurt in that game yesterday, didn't help the cause. They don't have their best. They have been a different team since J.K. Dobbins went out too. Like there's that part of the equation. He was running like a madman, and then he goes on IR. The Gus bus is not working the way, it looks like there's some flat tires on that thing. I think what Harbaugh needs to do is adjust, kind of recalibrate what he needs to do with the offense, which maybe it's, hey, let's let Herbert kind of sling it a little bit more.
Well, a couple of problems with that. Number one,
they don't have receivers. Yeah.
Well, you say that, and yet their top receivers. I mean, if you were just to look back, I mean, they're first rounder, second rounder, third rounder. I'll grant you that they're young. Their offensive line, which is littered with first round type talent. Yesterday against Tampa, Tampa's got one of the worst pass rush defenses in the NFL.
They were getting eaten up.
And they were all over it. So I guess my point is that while you have sat here for the last few weeks and you have poked
they're still going to win 10 games.
Well, they should, certainly, because their last 2 games.
They got the Patriots and Raiders on the schedule.
Those should be automatics. The only thing is that they're both on the road. So you just never know. But
by the way, they're going to make the playoffs. They still have an 83% chance, and I don't think the Dolphins or whoever else is behind them are going to catch them.
Right, because you look at it like a Cincinnati who's 6-8, and their schedule's pretty tough down the stretch. This game Thursday night, actually, and I know we're only in Monday, but the Chargers versus the Broncos, and the Chargers already beat the Broncos earlier in the season. I want to say it was like week 5 when Bo Nix is very much like just getting his feet wet. Now, look, it's not like the Broncos killed a great team yesterday in Indianapolis.
Bo Nix had 3 interceptions yesterday.
Yeah, he was not great. He was not great at all. Statistically, he wasn't great. By the way, neither was Justin Herbert. But I would just say this Thursday night game is going to be, this is a huge, huge, huge game.
It's a big game.
Yeah, well, for the Broncos, it's really big because they can create a little separation.
Yeah.
And if you're the Chargers, you got to get it because you got to tie the Broncos.
Yeah.
So it's, listen, to me, when I've been saying this to you all year long, the wins have come against bad teams, and the losses have come against good teams.
And that's been my whole thesis, is they're going to win 10 games because their schedule is soft.
Yeah. And the other thing you've said all season long, which was, hey, listen, if they win 10 games, or even if they just make the playoffs in year 1 of Harbaugh, that's a
huge.
monster success. But
yes.
I did go back and look at one thing. Actually, 2 things. You realize the previous coach to Harbaugh was Brandon Staley, and his first year he made the playoffs.
Right, but he's not Harbaugh.
No, I know. I got it. Well, that's my point. That's why your point, which is that would equal success, but that's what Staley did. And by the way, even go back a coach beyond, and you go to Anthony Lynn, his first year, he made the postseason.
No, I get that. But the point is, because you have Harbaugh, and by the way, those guys did not take an unenviable position that Harbaugh did. He basically took the job because he trusts Herbert, I would imagine, because they're $50 million over the cap. And you thought they were going to get rid of all those guys on defense. They didn't. They turned that defense into the number 1 defense in the league, although they didn't look like that yesterday. But for the most part, they have looked like that. I feel like they have overachieved in a monster way this year.
Yeah, I don't really see it that way.
You can't admit that. How can you not admit that they have overachieved?
Well,
you
think about what I'm saying
like
to you.
5 or 6 games.
Think about what I'm saying to you. that in Staley's first year they made the playoffs.
I understand, but they didn't have to face those obstacles going into it that he did.
The obstacles, he had a superstar quarterback.
$50 million over the cap is not a small thing.
No, but they renegotiated with their 2 top pass rushers, and they chose to let go of 2 wide receivers. One is old, and one could never stay healthy. So I don't see this as major obstacles. Not at all.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Really?
They got nobody. Their best receiver is Ladd McConkey, bro.
Hey.
And he's not even related to Phil.
Hey, listen, they made a decision that they did not need their 2 top receivers. Why? They were both making $30+ million. Like I said, one can't stay on the field when the other guy's hurt.
But if you're telling, you can't with a straight face.
All right, let me try. Let me try.
Tell me that this situation he took over isn't way worse than the situation those 2 guys took over.
Well, then why did those 2 guys become the head coach? It was because the year before they were terrible. And by the way, Harbaugh took the job, yes, because he's got a star quarterback, but when somebody throws you $15 million and, oh, by the way, you could have trouble at Michigan, you jump and you take the job.
I mean, I get that part of it too, but this was not an easy turnaround, is what I'm saying. And but then I looked at the schedule and I said, Harbaugh's good enough to get 10 wins out of this team that's not very good. Okay, that they've got one guy. They got Justin Herbert that you can rely on, and that's it. So, and he's done a good job. You can't just say they've done a good job.
Oh, Harbaugh's done a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, he's taken a team. He's taken a team that was coached by a child that nobody believed in, and the day Harbaugh walks through the door, all the players are like, okay, listen, back in Harbaugh's playing days, it was Jim Kelly, it was John Elway, it was Dan Marino, and he was a contemporary of theirs. He wasn't on the same level, but just a notch right below. Not to mention, he played for Schembechler, he played for Ditka, he comes from a coaching family. When Jim Harbaugh walks through the room where he just won a national championship, everybody in the room goes, this is a legit coach, rather than the Pee-wee coach we had last year. So that combined with the schedule, I'm not shocked. Now, the only thing I'll say is this. I thought yesterday's game was in the bucket of this is a game you should win. I thought Tampa is in that same category as a lot of where their wins came from. You've made a great point today. I didn't look back at Tampa's resume and see that they beat Detroit and Philadelphia. That's pretty darn impressive. But, man, the beatdown that they put on the Chargers, they didn't just win. They annihilated them.
I mean, that happens in the NFL. Sometimes you get your ass kicked. I mean, listen, the Lions made that game close. They got their ass kicked yesterday.
They did. They were getting beat up pretty good.
They made that a closer game than it was. They got their asses handed to them in that game in a way that we have not seen them get their asses handed to them in a long time.
And listen, Memphis yesterday against the Lakers, I mean, they kind of came back late in the game, and they got it to 9.
No, the Lakers kicked
and then
their
it was 11.
ass.
Right, the Lakers had them. I mean,
kicked them right in the tuchus.
If you didn't see the game and you just saw the score, you might actually have thought it was a close game. It actually wasn't a close game, not even close. Nothing.
Correct. Cappy, let's continue this discussion in a little bit. We got to get to Radio Tinder, brought to you by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Make sure, always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sippy tequila made from the finest mature agaves, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala, which I found, as I told you, here in Vegas. But, Cappy, let's first talk about Prize Picks. So, Prize Picks, here's the deal. I'm in on Prize Picks. Cappy's in on Prize Picks. We're all playing Prize Picks because we're watching the games and we're doing this. And it's very simple. There is a statistical line for each individual player, points, rebounds, assists in basketball, yardage for quarterbacks, et cetera, receptions for receivers, carries for running backs, et cetera. And it's as simple as going more or less. And if you want sports action in the state of California, Prize Picks is the place. Download the app, Prize Picks to your phone, Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 play. You get a $50 bonus just like that.
All right. Now, tonight, I want to tell you guys, there is an opportunity on Prize Picks, George, to multiply your money by 1,000 times.
What?
So if I told you can make a $10 play to win $10,000, would that not be worth the try?
It would absolutely be worth the try.
Here's my card tonight. I've got a player for the Toronto Raptors, a guy by the name of Grady Dick. You know who Grady Dick is?
Oh, yeah, dude. Grady Dick's a good player. Came from Kansas. Good shooter. He can ball.
I got Grady Dick for more than 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I've got Drake London for more than 99.5 receiving yards tonight for Atlanta. I've got a hockey player involved in this whole disaster from the Washington Capitals, some guy named Alexei Protas. I don't even know who he is. I had a soccer player involved earlier, a guy from the West Ham, whatever they are. I got Trey Campbell tonight, who's a University of Northern Iowa kid, and I've got Rock Taylor, who's a Memphis wide receiver. I mean, dude, I'm all over the board, but I'm trying on Prize Picks to make 10,000 turn into 10,000. You feel me?
I feel you, dog.
All right. So
Prize
download the
Picks,
Prize Picks
Cappy.
app. Yeah, do it.
Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. You heard Cappy. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Get ready, LA. The Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, is back at SoFi Stadium on December 18th at 6 p.m. Be there as the Mountain West top team goes head-to-head with the former Pac-12 contender in a showdown you won't want to miss. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a part of the action. Visit LABowlGame.com to secure your seats today. That's LABowlGame.com.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Monday afternoon Radio Tinder Time. We like to play a TV theme. On this day in 1975, One Day at a Time, premiered on CBS. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Founded in the city of Downey, just like me. Shout out to Craig Cartosian. Played golf with him on Saturday morning. Thanks for all the support, Craig. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Yes, thanks for all the support, Craig. And everybody at Tequila Mandala. Our favorite.
Yeah.
Because you can always swipe right. on tequila Mandala.
I love one day at a time.
I need to buy a couple of tequila Mandala bottles. I got friends that are like, really big tequila fans. Christmas, that's the perfect gift. Well, I need to talk to the Cartosians and see if I can get it hooked up. You know what I mean?
Right, of course.
That's what I meant.
I bought a bottle for my brother-in-law because I don't know what the hell to get him.
Maybe I'll trade them, like golf balls for tequila. What do you guys think about that? Is that a fair trade?
What, are you going to go to the old Cappy prize closet?
That's exactly right, baseball.
Got some
you got
shoes
that right,
in
girl.
there. Maybe
I got it all. You don't even understand what's in
a
there.
golf club cover, something like that.
I got it all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So, I was going to try and do a transition there, but I can't think of one. So, I know that you guys have talked a lot about Red Zone on the show, and you're very pro Scott Hansen.
Ooh, I have a bad feeling I know where this is going.
But, however, some people were very, very, very upset with NFL Red Zone on Sunday because, for the first time ever, people had the commercial-free window interrupted. What do I mean by that?
Right.
Is instead of going the 7 hours without any commercials, all Red Zone, they actually had parts of the show that had a side-by-side box with a commercial in it. So they had a Gatorade one, they had Lowe's, they had Verizon, among others, during Red Zone. And people were losing their mind. So do you guys think that this is a big deal? Like swipe left or swipe right?
I mean, it's part of the branding, right? To not have commercials on there. So, yeah, that's a bad look is what I would say.
So I was at this Arizona-New England game yesterday, and I'm sitting there watching the game. George, remember when we were kids and people would have like a Sony Walkman and they'd be listening to the radio broadcast of the game, but they'd be at the game watching it? Now the new version of that is YouTube TV on your phone with a 4-box while you're watching a game in front of you. You're watching 5 games. Of the 4 boxes, 3 of them are individual games. 1 of them is Red Zone. I saw Red Zone running commercials yesterday, and it did not really occur to me. But then today I heard a whole bunch of people complaining about it. Like, they advertise, here we go, 7 hours commercial-free. But I guess they didn't say that yesterday at the start of the show.
Right, because it's expensive. I don't know how much it is, but I remember, if Red Zone is part of any of your packages, like, it's expensive. And so the fact that you're paying this premium price for a commercial-free product, for them to just kind of, like, sneak in these commercials, I feel like that's kind of like it's a jerk thing to do. I guess they said that Red Zone told Sportico that it was just a test. And they said that they're testing this. As far as like seeing how people respond to it and whether or not it's a good fit for the league moving forward, and there wouldn't be any permanent changes until next season. However, all these games are so expensive as it is, and now you have to have every different service to watch them.
That's a bunch of bull.
Yeah, I feel like what are they going to do? Raise the price and put ads in? Like, you can't do that. This is getting out of control.
Shout out to my friend Dick Glover, who is the CEO of Sportico. Got to give him a shout out. I mean, you just mentioned his publication, Sportico. Shout out to Dick Glover is what I meant to say. What are you giggling at?
Glover?
Yeah.
I would probably stick with Richard if I were him.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just saying it's an unfortunate combination of a first and last name, isn't it?
Well, it's my man. He's probably listening right now. He's in L.A.
I mean, I'm sure he does very well for himself because, Sportico does a very well-respected publication. I'm just saying it's an unfortunate combination.
It's an unfortunate name, huh?
It's an unfortunate, I don't know, I guess it is a nickname, so he could go by something else if he wanted to. All right, DeAndre's got the next one.
All righty. So I saw that Sacramento State is in discussions to hire former Pro Bowl quarterback Mike Vick as their new head coach. Sacramento State plans to move up to the FBS and is building a new stadium and has over $50 million NIL. So, with seeing the success that Deion has brought to Colorado with revenue and popularity, are we starting to see a trend where a lot of these former NFL players are starting to come to the college and, coach?
By the way, they have since denied, although Norfolk State apparently I saw was one that was linked to him. But
which makes
Sac
more
State
sense.
Has denied, right, because he's from that general area. But yeah, Sac State has denied that. But I do think it is a trend we will see more of. Yes, to answer your question. Swipe right, yes.
With no experience whatsoever.
No problem. I'm swiping right also because here's the thing. I said this from the beginning. Once Deion, Coach Prime, started to have all the success at Colorado and build this buzz around Colorado, I said the next guy that somebody should go out and hire, Michael Irvin. Like, no joke. And you're starting to see now a lot of former NFL superstars who are seeing his success, Coach Prime's success, and going, I wanted to coach too. but I don't want to start as a quality control coach. I don't want to start as a position coach. I think I could be a head coach right now, so I'll go coach a small college that could utilize my fame. I love the idea.
Worked for Dion.
I agree. I think it makes sense. I mean, listen, the Lakers head coach.
I think a little early to judge that one.
I'm just saying, like, Jason Kidd, like Steve Kerr, these guys didn't have coaching experience. Like, it's not a new phenomenon. Like, it's just more recent in football.
Yeah, I mean, I think in baseball, like I had a buddy of mine, a guy by the name of Brad Osmus. He had never managed anything.
Yeah.
And Brad became the manager of the Detroit Tigers, like from out of nowhere, and had a pretty good run for a while.
Right.
Now he's the bench coach for the Yankees, but neither here nor there. I think players have confidence that they played, so therefore they can coach.
Right.
I still can't believe that the Giants hired Buster Posey for, like...
To be their president.
Right, to the president, like, skip the whole, like, not even a manager, not even, like, assistant GM.
I mean, John Elway was the president of the Broncos.
Well, but also, by the way, think about, like, what Stanford just did. They just hired Andrew Luck to be the general manager of their football program.
That's true, I forgot about that.
What did Andrew Luck ever do? I mean, he played, and he's a smart guy, and his dad was an athletic director. So, I mean, people are using their fame, and I think it's pretty damn smart.
Andrew Luck's got a great smile. He must have gone to children's dental as a kid.
Oh, that's good, Lindsay. That's very, very good.
I was trying to think of one.
Look at you, Linz.
George, that's an easy handoff for you.
I know, I would say. By the way, I saw Andrew Luck when I did the Stanford Cal game. He came into the booth to say hello.
Did he smile at you?
He did smile. He had a great smile. And maybe if he lived in Southern California, he'd do what I've been telling parents to do for months now. Take your kids to Children's Dental Fun Zone because they don't want to go to the dentist. So make the dentist fun, and fun is in the name for a reason. All right? It's tough, man. I get it. Someone your child can trust and enjoy go to the dentist with. Well, let me tell you about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. First of all, when you go to one of their locations, 18 across the Southland, your kid's going to be like, did we just walk into a cartoon? Like, this place is amazing. 18 locations, as I mentioned. They got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in Orange County. They got you covered in the IE. They got you covered in Oxnard, baby. Shout out to the 805. So here's the deal. At Children's Dental Fun Zone, they specialize in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Here's how they put fun in the name. At every station, your kids doing their work, getting their work done. Movies, big screen TVs for the kids, cartoons, iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area, and for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. When you take your kids to Children's Dental Fun Zone, they're going to say this to you. Mom, Dad, when are we coming back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear, but because you took them to Children's Dental Fun Zone, that's the case now. To book your child's first or next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Very nicely done, George. Very, very well done, as a matter of fact. You're talking Children's Dental Fun Zone. Let me have 1 minute to talk to everybody about Avner Gatt, and here's why I want to do this. Because Avner has a piece of advice for you, okay? If you are leaving your home for the holidays, and let's say it's an extended visit, okay, let's say you're going out of town 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, here's some advice from Avner Gatt. If you have jewelry in the house, lock it up. If you got cash, put it in a safe, take it out, put it in the bank, do something with it. If you have golf clubs, if you have expensive e-bikes, lock them down. The point I'm trying to make is that if you're planning on leaving town, make sure your security system is working. Make sure your ring for your doorbell is working. Like, just make sure that people are not going to be able to get into your home should you be gone. By the way, here's another piece of advice from Avner Gatt. Turn your water off in your home, especially if you're going to be gone for a little while. You don't want to take the risk of a pipe bursting while you're gone, and then all of a sudden you come home to a massive flood. Make sure you take care of your stuff. That's advice from Avner Gatt. Happy holidays from Avner Gatt. And I would just say this. If you need Avner, he's always available to you. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, avnergatt.com. You call, he answers. You'll know it's him when you hear hello.
Hey parents, another fun fact for you here from Children's Dental Fun Zone. They are open 7 days a week, so your child can be seen any day of the week, and they take emergencies, which is obviously something you need to be aware of because you never know when those emergencies will come about.
.710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy. Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Monday afternoon. Today is National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. Don't look at me like that, DeAndre. And on this day, in 1977, Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, was released in theaters. Let's play a song off that soundtrack. Sedano and Kap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Cappy.
Yeah. Love the Bee Gees. Yeah. Let me hear if you can hit this note, George. Let me hear what you got.
Oh, I can't hit this.
Yeah, come on, try it. Yeah. You got nothing, huh?
No, I can't hit this.
No, you can hit
chance.
it. No, you
No
can hit
chance.
it. You can
No.
do it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to go all Pepe on you.
Yeah. All night fever, night fever.
You sound like a Muppet.
We all want to do it. Ah, yeah. Ah. Night fever, night fever. Come on, anybody? We don't like to show it. There you go, you see? Here I am. Here I am. Waiting for someone to ha ha. Waiting for someone to ha ha. Yeah, good. You see? You know the lyrics.
Kirk Morrison is gonna join us.
Oh my. Say night fever, night fever. Kirk, you want to take a shot?
Oh, that you got to save that laugh right there. That laugh needs to be a drop. Kirk Morrison, where the hell are you?
Oh man, I am in Frisco, Texas.
Oh,
and I gotta make sure
Scooters Coffee.
Scooters, yeah. I gotta make sure I stress this that I am in Frisco, Texas. Because a lot of my folks and my people like, oh, where you at? You got a bowl game this week? I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a bowl game. Yeah, I got the Frisco Bowl over in Frisco. They're like, I didn't know San Francisco had a bowl. And I'm like, no.
Texas.
No.
Yeah.
Frisco, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to ask you guys something, though. So I got to start this off a little different today, fellas.
Okay.
Because I arrive at my hotel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I get to my hotel and, they check me in and I get up to my room and you open the door and you guys ever have that little bit of like the unknown? You never know what the room's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like you put the key in, you open the door, and it's like boom. And right away you know if you got a good one or a bad one.
Oh, yeah.
And you open it up and you're like, oh, yeah, I hit the jackpot. I got a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is going good.
But hold on. When you hit the jackpot and you have a great hotel room, and you're by yourself, which I assume you must be.
Correct.
That's when you call your wife or you call your friend. You're like, man, I got this incredible hotel room. I can't believe I'm all by myself.
No, brother, not in my household. You can't do that.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
I'm at home with the kids, and you're at a
That's a terrible
luxurious
idea.
hotel?
Yeah.
No, hey, Cap, me and Georgie on something else right now.
Okay.
Cap,
All right.
You got
All right.
your kids is grown right now, Cap.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah,
All
you're right. You're right. I mean, back before I was involved in this relationship, I would be like, who do I know in this town? Do I know any girls in this town that could come over and share this hotel room with me? That's gonna be impressive. But
this is what happened, Cappy. So look at. And this is why I need your help, guys. And I don't know if this is a new trend. So for me, I'm getting ready for an event tonight. That's why Morrison Monday is a little bit early today, okay? Because I'm going to a Frisco Bowl event right when I get done talking to you guys.
Lots of coffee.
So as I normally do, I go to the place in which I always know that there's an iron and an ironing board.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an iron board, guys. Don't know about you guys.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
me too.
Ironing board guy.
Yeah.
So as I opened the door and I looked, there was no ironing board. There was no iron. But there was there's a steamer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where the next part of the story kicks up. I call downstairs and I'm like, hey, I don't have an iron or an ironing board. He's like, oh, because we replaced them all. We got steamers. And I said, no, buddy. I need iron and ironing board. He's like, oh, you don't want to use a steamer? I'm like, I'm an ironing guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my question to you guys. And by the way, they did bring my ironing board and the iron. So shout out to my people downstairs at my hotel. But are you guys iron or steamer guys?
Oh, I'm an iron guy. Steamer only for the suit, but iron for
the
everything
suit.
else.
Yes. Yeah, only for the suit jacket, more or less. Sometimes I can always turn the suit inside out. But
So I would prefer to be a steamer guy because you think in theory steaming is easier, but I don't think steaming does half the job of an iron. Like, I mean, if you really want to get wrinkles out, you got to iron. Steaming,
you got to iron.
It seems like it would work, but it doesn't work as well.
And it
now,
takes
I'm
more
curious,
time, too.
It's always because it's always hard to figure out how am I going to do this. I got to hang this up on the back of a door on a hanger, and then I got to stand.
Right.
It's just but I will say this: I've been to some hotels where they've got some high power industrial strength steamers, and they work really well when you have a good steamer.
Okay. All right. So that's what I needed to know.
Yeah.
But I use a steamer when I can, but I like to keep my khakis creased, stay on point, and I needed that iron today. So just want to let y'all know what was going on. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for letting me vent a little bit.
No, it's
so how are we doing today?
I mean, we're good.
We're pretty good. I mean, hey, I'm curious to know what you think because George and I had this debate earlier today. You and I have been saying, just wait. The worm hasn't turned.
Oh, yeah.
I
just
put
stay
Tampa.
patient. Just stay patient.
They're going to win 10 games still, though.
But I put Tampa in the category of you're home and they're coming cross country and they're kind of a 500 team. Like, to me, I put Tampa in the category of you should win that game. What did you think, Kirk?
What I thought was kind of what happens. Like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a really good football team. And so the Chargers are not to that level yet of where Tampa Bay was, meaning that this is what a number one receiver looks like in Mike Evans. This is what a quarterback in Baker Mayfield with a chip on his shoulder, this is what he plays like. And so I saw that as the way they shredded that Chargers defense yesterday up and down the field. And it was to a point where everybody was hoping, okay, is Justin Herbert, is he healthy? Is he not? And I think we were more worried about that than the actual Chargers playing to the level because Tampa Bay came in early on with an agenda. I mean, that first drive let people know, like, we didn't come from Tampa just to come here and take pictures. We came here to win. And I just thought that the Chargers never rose to that level. But this is what I say about being patient. So yesterday's loss, I understand that one. But look at what they got coming up, George. Tell the game's coming up against who? What is it, New England?
Denver, and then at New England.
Denver, New England, and the Raiders.
Yeah, both on the road.
Right.
New England and Raiders on the road.
Yeah, but they're going to win those two.
See, hold on. See, this is where my friend George, my ill-advised friend, doesn't understand. It's those are the games that we're talking about. It's the ones that they're supposed to win that they lose. So it could be this weekend or when they play New England, because they're supposed to beat New England. But New England got their head beat in this weekend. So I'm telling you, it's not going to be the same kind of game. And then they go on the road to do I guess
they got Denver on Thursday. They got a short week, and they got Denver coming
got
to
a
town.
short week. Just be patient, George. That's all I'm saying. Don't get so riled up. Just be patient.
Nah, we'll see. We'll see.
You tell him. You tell him.
When
Kirk.
the worm is finally turned, I will be the one.
The seeds were planted, but they're not growing yet, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. We'll see. Hey, how about the Raiders tonight? They're playing. They're playing this game here tonight. I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
They're playing this game here.
Should have gone, man.
And I thought about it, but I'm like, well, by the time I'm done here and I get over
there for
the
the second
stadium,
half.
it's gonna be like halftime. Yeah. But then I got to fight traffic getting out of there. Like, no way. I'll just stay. I'll just watch it at the hotel.
George, who drives to the game in Vegas? Come on, George.
Yeah,
Who
I guess you
drives?
could walk, but it's a little bit of a walk. It's a hike. You know what I mean? So anyway, they're playing this game, and to me, I want to ask you a question because I was talking to Lindsay about this earlier, and I actually had this conversation with a Raider friend of mine who I think is kind of like patently absurd, but it's why I brought it up to Lindsay. He believes that if Shedeur Sanders, now Cam Ward has already said that he's playing in the bowl game, okay, in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, whatever they're playing in.
Yep.
He says if Shedeur Sanders doesn't play in the bowl game, that is a red flag for him, that they should take Cam Ward for that. And I said that is a pretty ridiculous set of terms, I think, in drafting your number one quarterback. Like whether he plays the bowl game or not, it doesn't matter to me. I actually think you should take the best guy, whoever that guy is. That's different. But do you think the bowl game should matter in any of this?
No, bowl game doesn't really matter at all. Honestly, half the guys opt out anyway. But Coach Prime or Coach Dion has already said Shedeur and Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, will actually be playing in their bowl game. It's not in the college football playoff, so they'll be playing in their bowl game, and they don't have to. And why? He said because these dudes love football. Like it's a little bit different than I think other people try to make it out to be. And then Cam Ward, look, they got something to prove. They want to have one more last game. It doesn't matter. These dudes are going to play in all-star games. They've got enough tape already. There's one more game of evaluation. I would say this. They can only – I think people could say, well, they can hurt themselves. No. They go out there, they put the 2 or 3 highlight drives together, and boom, they're on the sideline kicking back, letting the young guys go ahead and play the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what your friend is trying to say, George, but I don't agree. And listen, I'm glad both these guys are going to play because if you're Cam Ward, I kind of feel like, hey, you got your 1 year at Miami and it was a great year. You might as well finish strong, you know. And then if you're Shedeur, you know, you've had these 2 great years at Colorado. Is it 2 or is it 3? Either way, you know, like just finish it off. You know, just finish strong. Play for your dad. Last chance to dance. Yeah, I'd like to see both of these kids play, and I guess apparently they both are in meaningless bowl games.
It's one last time with your brothers, man. I understand it. You get it. And then, look, moving forward, I think we've seen it now. Matter of fact, I got a question for you guys. Were you guys shocked to see Lil Wayne at the Heisman ceremony on Saturday?
I was surprised. I was a little surprised. I'm like, what's Wayne doing there?
What was he doing there?
So I guess I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. So if you could invite, I guess, any singer or performer to come sit with you at your Heisman Trophy presentation, who would you pick, Cappy?
Probably Neil Diamond. You know, really go into my bag of tricks here. You know what I mean? Probably go old school.
George, who you bringing?
Oh man, right now I'm bringing Kendrick. Man, he's the hottest thing out there.
That's true. I got you. Yeah, I would probably. I think somebody was laughing because they were like in my group chat we were texting, and it was like, I'm glad Kirk never won the Heisman because I don't think people would have been ready for E40 at the Heisman Trophy ceremony. And I was like, yeah, you're right, but I definitely probably would have brought E40 from the Bay.
Yeah, maybe I go with Barry Manilow. Maybe I'll go a little, you know, just looking for one of those kinds of old school types. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe on the other end, maybe I'll go Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Maybe I get Eddie to come. Yeah. What's up, Ed? You know, maybe get Eddie Vedder to come, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, I know you're listening right now, my dog.
Yeah,
you can come too, Flea.
Okay.
You come too, Flea.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
Flea
something that
can
stuck out. Like, it was just one of those things where I'm watching it, and like they show everybody's like seating section. You see like Dylan Gabriel and his family had all the Hawaiian leis and representing his culture. Then you had Cam Ward and his family. Okay, you had Ashton Genty and his family, and then it's like, oh, here's Travis Hunter, and you got his mom, his fiance, his coach, his quarterback, and Lil Wayne. I'm like, what?
And by the way, the fiance stole the show. Just so we're all clear.
Oh, she did. Oh yeah. It's been a topic of conversation. It's been trending all throughout the U.S. So it's something that we will continue to talk about. We will be monitoring the situation. But I think Travis just keeps giving too much to it, fellas. Like he needs to just let it go. Don't talk back, because all he keeps doing is coming back out and going on his podcast saying this and that. And you can't add fuel to the flame.
Yeah, the girlfriend story is crazy.
I have one question for you before you go. Okay, and by the way, before I do that, I got to talk about Jacob and Ronnie real quick, because if you're injured in an accident over this weekend, right, you're deciding to handle this yourself. You don't want to do that. There's too many things for you to do on the list. First of all, you got to call the rental car company, right, because you need a new car. All right. Second, you got to wait to receive a call from the insurance company, from the person that hit you, and then you got to speak to them and make sure not to say the wrong thing. Otherwise, you could jeopardize the whole case. Third, you got to call the doctor for an appointment, but they can't see you for like a week or maybe even a month because, they just can't, right? So they'd only be referring you to a specialist. Why do this to yourself? Make it easy. You get into an accident, you call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell them Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. If you're injured in an accident, you call my guy Jacob immediately. Jacob and his team will handle everything for you. That's right. They'll make sure you have the rental car, speak with the insurance company on your behalf, and most importantly, they'll get you set up with the specialist and the doctor so you can begin the healing process and get you back in order, right? Get your health back in order. And you don't pay a penny out of pocket. So you get into an accident, you call them at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Tell them Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. You want an attorney who's respected? Call Jacob, because he's the real deal. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com. You're listening to KSBN Los Angeles. So, Kirk, last question before we go.
Yeah.
The Rams. I maintain winning a game by scoring in the 40s and finding a way to win a game by not scoring a touchdown, to me, is the sign of a team that's figuring things out and is starting to fulfill the potential that we may have thought prior to all the injuries when we were talking about them in, like, July. What do you think?
Yeah. It's the team that we envisioned when we saw them at LMU. I mean, they're just figuring out ways to win. I mean, obviously the Chiefs have showed us throughout the year how to win close games, but watching the Rams fully healthy and do it in different ways. Had I told you guys that Cooper Kupp or Demarcus Robinson both would not have a catch, you're like, oh, man, the Rams must have had a bad day, and yet they won a football game. So to me, it's we, not me. I mean, I keep saying it always. It's what McVay preaches, we, not me. Everybody's buying in, and when everybody's buying in and believing, dude, great things happen, because they weren't supposed to win that game. It was raining. They went in at halftime. Things changed, and they came out balling. They scored for me. They kicked 4 field goals, did not score a touchdown, and yet they were the dominant team in the second half. It was just an outstanding victory, and one that gives them some time off. But then you got the trap game against Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary game.
Yep. First time I've seen Aaron Rodgers smile all season. Man,
you saw that, Cappy, right?
Yep.
You saw him. You saw Devontae Adams, and they realized, and I keep telling people this, I was, on one of the greatest pregame and postgame shows in the Southland, the Rams pregame and halftime and postgame show. You got to listen to it. It's a great show. I tell people all the time, they called in. I was like, oh, my God, we just beat the 49ers. We got 3 games left. Okay, let's chalk up the Jets win. And I said, wait, stop. I had to stop a caller there. I said, stop. Don't do that. You can't do that. These guys in the NFL are playing for their careers. Aaron Rodgers is playing for his career. Devontae Adams, they're playing for their career. They're showing that, hey, we deserve to be in this league. We still play at a high level. These dudes are going to be out there trying to win this game. So if you go in disrespecting the game, that's how upsets happen. That's why we see them happen every single week, and that's why I want the Rams to keep their head down, keep grinding, and know it's going to be a tough game in New York against the Jets.
Yes, sir. No, I don't disagree with that at all. Kirk, you're the man. Go have fun at Scooter's Coffee, Frisco Bowl event tonight. All right? Go have fun with that.
It's espresso time. Later.
All right, see you. Hey,
Who's playing
Cappy,
in this
why don't you tell us about Real Father's Rights so we can get ahead of some stuff since we're behind on a lot of other stuff?
I would love to. Hey, Real Father's Rights. I'll make this pretty quick for everybody, but I'll make it impactful as well. Hey, fellas, if you are going through a divorce, if you are dealing with the aftermath of a divorce, if you're dealing with financial problems, if you're dealing with custody issues, let me tell you something, because take it from me, somebody who's been there, you must have the right legal team on your side. And so often, the family court system favors the female side rather than the male side. That's why we have Real Father's Rights. Real, R-E-E-L, realfathersrights.com/710. That's real, R-E-E-L, realfathersrights.com/710. Here's their number, 323-870-1611, 323-870-1611. I realize it's the holiday time of the year, but if you're going through it, Real Father's Rights, they're ready to take your call. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorneys. Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. This season, keep your holiday gifts a surprise when you choose to pick up from Amazon Locker or Counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
After a massive win over the Buffalo Bills, your Los Angeles Rams return home with a playoff berth within reach. Rep the Royal in Seoul and pack SoFi Stadium as Matthew Stafford and the Rams seek revenge against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. The stage is set for a race to the playoffs. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/AZ. Again, that is therams.com/AZ to watch your Rams battle the Cardinals on Saturday, December 28th or Sunday, December 29th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to do the repairs yourself or worry about whether or not buyers can qualify for new high interest rate loans? You need to call Seller's Advantage. Thousands of satisfied customers have already done this. They're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. Seller's Advantage will buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days. Not weeks, not months, days. No repairs are needed because they buy the home as is. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. It's no wonder why thousands of sellers have chosen Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and the most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell now, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Kappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Kap. And it's time for 30 minutes nonstop.
Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit realfathersrights.com or call 951-482-7517. Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of nonstop Sedano and Kap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
Beep-ba-da-boop. Do-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Boom, ba-dum, beep. We are going to 541.
No way. Really?
Yeah, because we didn't start this till 511.
Yeah, it's that was a for somebody who commented earlier in the broadcast. You know, we've already screwed up the clock on a Monday.
We were starting to get back on track.
Yeah, and then Kirk Morrison had to move, and then we started talking to him, and then he started talking about irons versus steamers, and the next thing you know, yeah. Now here we are.
Yeah. Whatever. What are you going to do?
Fine by me.
Yeah. Cappy, let me ask you a quick question.
All right, go ahead.
What did you make of the Heisman ceremony?
You want me to be totally honest
about
what I made?
You didn't watch 1 second.
Not 1 second.
None of us watched it.
Not
though.
1 second.
But you saw it all over the place.
Yeah. But now I literally on Saturday was like, I know it's on, but I'm not really as interested as I have been in years past. The Heisman, for some reason, to me, has lost a little luster, and I also assumed that Hunter was going to win, no problem. So if I'm being really,
he did
really
not
honest,
win no problem.
No,
it
wasn't at all.
It was the closest vote we've had in a long time.
It was an shockingly close vote. I assumed that Hunter was going to win because, hey, look, you're an outstanding wide receiver. You're a really great cornerback, and you've got the stamina to play the entire game and be impactful on both sides, whereas Genty from Boise State, really, really amazing season. But we've seen other amazing seasons from the running back position. He didn't do anything this year, Genty, that we've never seen before. Hunter did. So I made the assumption that Hunter was going to win. I followed it all on my phone. But if I'm being honest, George, I just was not sitting down watching like I used to back in the day.
Yeah.
You? Were you like zoned in?
Well, I was at the game. I was working.
So you were me. I wasn't working like you were working, but I was. I had gone to this hotel to pick up my buddy to go have dinner the night before this Cardinals-Patriots game. So we were sitting there talking about it. We were following it on our phone, but I was not watching the ceremony like I have in years past.
Who's your big man on campus then, if that's the case?
Well, that's quite easy for me because, college football now, we're going into the bowl season. So this past weekend, other than
to me, it's Hunter. There's no question.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a different perspective. You ready?
Oh, let me hear it.
There was only one college football game to be played this past weekend.
Right.
The Army-Navy game, right?
Correct.
Now, Army
well,
goes
technically
into
the Celebration Bowl was also this week.
I don't know what that is.
What do you mean you don't know what it is?
I wasn't watching it. What's the Celebration Bowl?
The other college football game going on.
What game was it? I'm serious. I don't know. Was it an HBCU game
Correct.
or something?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see it. You'll have to excuse me.
I'm just saying. It's a pretty big game. It's played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure that you knew.
Who
so
played?
Next year, it's on your calendar, dog.
Who played in this game? What's the game called?
The Celebration Bowl.
And who played in this game?
Jackson State.
Okay.
Which is Deion's old team.
Right.
Right. And who was the opponent?
Come on, man. Really?
Off the top, I only caught it briefly because I was working that day.
Come on, man.
South Carolina State.
Okay. Well, you'll have to excuse me to Jackson State and South Carolina State. I was not watching. And I got nothing bad to say about it. I'm sure it was an entertaining football game. I hope everybody had a great time and played and succeeded and stayed healthy. For me, there was one big college football game of the weekend, which was Army versus Navy.
You know what we're doing next year?
Tell me.
I'm gonna ask to call the Celebration Bowl. And you and DeAndre and Lindsay, we're coming. DeAndre,
Great.
we're taking Cappy to the Celebration Bowl.
Great,
That's
go. Let's go. I'll go. I mean, New Orleans is one of my favorite cities. You
It's
said
in Atlanta.
You said it was. What did you say it was played? Mercedes-Benz Zone?
Mercedes-Benz Stadium is the one in Atlanta.
Is that not what it's called in New Orleans as well?
I think it's called now. It's called Caesars Superdome.
Oh, was it Mercedes last year? I mean, it was Mercedes at
Many
some
years
point.
ago, I believe.
Well, for me, I'll just say this. The Army-Navy game was the big college football event of the weekend. No disrespect to the bowl game that you're talking about. Army comes into the game 11-1, right?
Yeah.
And people are like impressed with Army. They're like, wow, Army has really, really changed what they do. They're a different kind of a team. Look at their 11-1, et cetera, et cetera. Navy came in. They were 8-3. Also a really good year.
Yeah.
But Navy beat down Army.
See.
And here's my big man on campus.
Oh.
Navy has a quarterback by the name of Blake Horvath. Now, you won't be impressed with Blake Horvath's numbers as a passer. He was 4 for 9 for 107 yards. He did throw 2 touchdown passes. But as a runner, George, Blake Horvath, 25 carries, 204 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. So to all my Navy friends out there, okay, congratulations, because your midshipmen beat down the Army Black Knights, and that was the college football game that I was paying attention to this weekend.
There you go, Cappy. I had a friend who actually went to the game.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That game has moved around a lot. You know, like it was in Philadelphia. It was in Baltimore.
Yes.
To be honest with you, I didn't watch the whole game this weekend. I don't even know where it was played this weekend. But listen, to me, that kind of performance, when you're a big underdog, right? 25 carries, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing. Hey, Blake Horvath, congratulations. You're my big man on campus.
Look at you, Cappy.
How about that?
The game does move around, by the way.
Yeah, so where was it
Now,
this year? Do you know?
Like purposely it moves around now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Like next year, it's at M&T Stadium, which is the Ravens Stadium.
Okay, right. So I've said it's been in Baltimore. It's been in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, I went to it a couple years ago, and I did one of those like Army Navy Radio Road things.
It was in the Washington, the Commander Stadium.
Oh, really? That's where it was this weekend?
Landover, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I always like that game. I just like to see all the kids, the cadets in this uniform and the Navy guys in the other uniform. It's fun. I like that game.
I'm glad you like that game.
Thank
that's my guy's Travis Hunter, because you already kind of illustrated some of the issues, or not issues, but the greatness, which is we've had a few guys, not a lot of guys, but a few guys do the two-way thing in college football, right? I mean, Deion was one. He did a little bit, right? Charles Woodson won a Heisman, and he did some of that, right? But we've never really seen a guy do it at that high a level on both ends. You know what I mean?
Right, because Deion was a defensive back who could return kicks, and Charles Woodson was a defensive back who could return kicks.
Right, and play a little wide receiver occasionally.
But you said it, a little bit, like a special package. Hey, we've got this little package for him, and we were trying to win him the Heisman, so we're giving him a little exposure.
Package?
Right. Well, he may have a gigantic package for all I know. I mean, when it comes to, offensive plays is what I'm talking about. But back then at Michigan, little package,
Cappy,
very
you
small.
a freak, man.
Little package.
You're a freak, Cappy.
Just
You're
a little
freak.
package, little one. But what Travis Hunter did this year in college football, we've never seen.
Never.
So
that's why he's my big man on campus.
And deservedly so.
Who made your Sunday statement, Cappy? I'm generally curious to hear who made your Sunday statement, because I do want to get some Lakers talk back in here, because I feel like we didn't do it justice.
We did not
earlier,
do it justice, did we?
But I would love to hear your Sunday statement. By the way, Vikings leading 3-0 in the early Monday night game. We got 2 Monday night games today. So
I'm going to go. Usually when we talk about somebody making a Sunday statement, it's usually because they did something good. They kind of told you we're here now.
We're here.
I'm going to tell you who made my Sunday statement yesterday.
I'm here. Yeah. Oh, hi, Funky.
The Seattle Seahawks made their statement to me yesterday.
Oh, but in the wrong direction is what you're saying.
Correct. The Packers are a team that when you think about like how good Detroit has been, how good Minnesota has been, well, you've got a Green Bay team that's kind of right there and in the same division. So the Packers to go on the road, and here are the Seahawks who were at the time in first place in the division. But I think the statement is that the Seahawks are not for real, because when you're home and you're playing a team like Green Bay, if you win, we take you seriously. If you lose, we don't. It goes back to the Rams. If they beat the Bills, we take them seriously. They did, we do. But I don't take the Seahawks seriously. They made a statement. That statement is not ready for prime time.
Oh, come on now.
How about you?
Not ready for prime time. Now, this one was tough for me. Okay? I thought about going with DeAndre's Eagles.
Okay.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's right.
After they just absolutely smacked around the Steelers this past week.
Motorboated them.
Maybe. But to me, we kind of referred to it earlier. Ain't nobody got more skills than the Buffalo Bills, Cappy. Josh Allen is the absolute nightmare for the Detroit Lions and pretty much almost every team, okay? This guy, if he's not the MVP, I don't know what an MVP looks like this season, all right? This Buffalo team, people thought, remember, they said, oh, they've lost Diggs. What are they going to do? Well, they went and made a trade. They brought in Amari. And all of a sudden, they looked okay on offense. And then Amari came in, and at least it gave them an opportunity to spread the ball around a little more with a legit receiver, okay? And then the tight ends started to look better. The running game with James Cook has looked better. Everything has looked better. He has elevated his game to such a different level that not only is he the MVP, but his team went into Detroit, okay, and took care of business in a way that I think was shocking. I mean, that was like, wasn't it? It was 35-14 at one point. I mean,
they were well in control of that game.
It was an ass-kicking of epic proportions. So, to me, there is no question in my mind that the Buffalo Bills are my Sunday statement. And you know what? I have felt like they could be the Super Bowl team, and I know people will say, oh, yeah, they can't get past the Chiefs. They did beat the Chiefs this year, even though albeit in Buffalo. The Chiefs are going to find a way to slip up this year. Winning 3 in a row is hard, man. Like, I'll get to the Lakers in a second. The Lakers fans know how hard it is. It's not easy, okay? There are crazy things that happen along the way that you would never think would happen along the way, okay? And so they've accomplished it. They know it. You know, Steve Kerr talks about this all the time when he was talking about, like, his run with the Bulls. Like, it's hard to win 3 in a row, and in any sport. And I just think the Bills, they've been through the heartache this year, Cappy. They've been through those Chiefs heartaches. And the Chiefs' offense still, it's more susceptible than it's been in a while. Okay?
Well,
Last year, people would say that. But I think this year, because I don't think Mahomes is playing well, and he's hurt now.
Well, that's just it. You said the Chiefs could slip up. If Patrick Mahomes is hurt, and they've called it a high ankle sprain, and we've seen Patrick Mahomes,
year.
Right, we've seen him battle through injury. We've seen him play when most people didn't think he could play, especially in frigid temperatures. But if Patrick Mahomes' high ankle sprain is hurt, we'll talk to Dr. Clapper about it later in the week. That could be a major problem. By the way, same goes for Detroit. These were the teams, Detroit, Kansas City, that I've had at the top of my rankings all season long. Detroit's got a lot of injuries now on defense. Kansas City may have an injury at quarterback. By the way, you mentioned Amari Cooper because I was watching that game yesterday on my phone. I was like, I didn't see him. I went and looked this up because your point is well made on me that getting a guy like Amari Cooper could be a big factor. He didn't have anything yesterday. So they won that game in Detroit, and they got 0. I mean, he's not even in the box score, George.
But I just think his presence this season, he's had some good games for them, but I think his presence this season has just opened things up. Like, I think it was a smart, low-risk move. He's no longer a star-level player. I mean, the guy's like a 5-time Pro Bowler, but I think he's good enough, and he's a good locker-room guy, right? And I think that allowed them to at least have the presence of someone that teams need to respect when he's out there. But nonetheless, they're my Sunday statement, and I think they're winning the whole damn thing this year.
Possibility. I mean,
everyone was on the Lions, and like, oh, the Lions, they're going to go to the Super Bowl for the first time, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. Nope, it's going to be the Bills now.
Well, the Lions,
everyone's hurt.
The Lions are not going to the Super Bowl. Here we are in Week 15, and today I will tell you right now, the Lions are not going to the Super Bowl unless they somehow miraculously get a lot of their defensive players back from injury, and that is not going to happen. You know, Aiden Hutchinson is not going to come back and be who he was before he got hurt, and it seems like every week they lose more and more guys on their defense, and yesterday they lost one of their top running backs. So Detroit is in huge trouble. Kansas City, if Mahomes is hurt, which, again, we've seen him play hurt before, they would be in absolutely huge trouble. To me, right now, if you said to me, who's going to go to the Super Bowl right now? Buffalo, Philadelphia. Those are your Super Bowl teams today as we're into Week 15. And, oh, by the way, Minnesota's got a 10-0 lead over Chicago.
Hey, Cap, you were against the Eagles, man. You were against the Eagles.
Oh, he's calling you out, Cap.
When the Eagles played against the Rams,
yeah,
and the Eagles were like, I think they were like a 5-point favorite or something like that, and you were like, I don't really know this Philadelphia team. I don't know, man. Against the Rams, I'm not going to trust them, you know.
Yeah,
and then they went on, they destroyed the Rams, and then they went and traveled to Baltimore, and they beat down the Ravens, and then obviously they had that game against the Carolina. It was a rough game, okay, but they still managed to win that game. They found a way to win, and then Pittsburgh comes into town, and what did the Eagles do? They dismantled the Steelers.
They smacked them down.
So my question, Cap, is you were against the Eagles. Why all of a sudden you're with them now?
Well, I mean, when they were playing the Rams, twofold answer for you, DeAndre. Number one, I'm a homer. So let's start with that. Okay. So I mean, let's get that out of the way. Number two, when I looked at their resume then, it wasn't quite as impressive as it is now. You just mentioned some of the big wins that they've had, the Rams, the Ravens, whatever. So yeah, and then this weekend against Pittsburgh. You know, the season, it ebbs and flows. It changes. Your opinions change as the weeks go on. A week ago, I would have told you Detroit and Kansas City are the two best teams in the NFL. A week later, Detroit's defense is all beat up. Kansas City could have a problem with Patrick Mahomes. So now I look at the teams. I say Buffalo, to me, is probably the number one team in the NFL right now. Philadelphia is probably the number two team in the NFL right now.
The rest you should save for tomorrow.
Right. This is just today, though. Like, to me, every week things change. So when I was saying when the Eagles were playing the Rams, A, I'm a homer for the Rams, and B, I was trying to convince myself that the Rams could actually win that game. Just like I tried to convince myself that the Rams were going to beat the Bills. I didn't really believe it, but then they did it. See, DeAndre, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a homer.
No, I just wanted to ask, man. I just want to ask because you and everyone were calling the Eagles fraud.
No.
You know,
Hold on. No.
You said, like you say, just saying. I'm just saying.
No. It was Bergman specifically calling them frauds.
Yeah, scam likely.
See, I did not call them frauds.
Scam likely.
Greg was over there tweeting me some stuff that the Eagles are frauds and they're scam likelies. And then, you know what? All I got to say is, man, look at the Raiders. How's that season going for them?
Oh, okay. We'll take a shot at his team. I like it.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I'm here for it.
Like you said, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Again, I'm going to go back to the Rams played the Eagles, and prior to that game, they had beaten the Commanders. Okay, they're pretty good. Cowboys, terrible. Jaguars, awful. Bengals, 6-8 football team. Giants, horrendous. Browns, horrible. So, and George, you pointed this out earlier. The Eagles lost to the Buccaneers, and somehow they lost to the Falcons, but that was week 2.
Yeah. It was, but they all kept the same, Cappy.
DeAndre, don't get your panties in a wad
over
the Eagles.
Whoa! No one.
Easy, easy. I'm going to have my boy Jerry dunk on your head.
Damn,
now you want to bring Jerry.
Now I'm going to bring Jerry into it.
Okay, all
right. Now Jerry's going to dunk right on you.
Yeah.
How about this, Cappy? When we do our one-on-one Jerry versus DeAndre, you coach Jerry, I'll coach DeAndre.
Well, I mean, obviously Jerry needs real coaching. He's a huge underdog. He's short. He looks unathletic, but he's talked a big game. Mm-hmm. I'll coach him up, George. I'll coach him.
Okay.
All
right. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
We can be the celebrity coaches.
I mean, DeAndre gets so upset about Philadelphia.
I just had to ask. That's all,
No, you didn't ask. You made an accusation. It wasn't an ask. Full-blown accusation.
Just saying.
Hey, I'm just saying. And I'm just saying this. I'm a homer for the Rams. Feel me?
I feel you.
I feel you, dog.
Okay. I don't know where the rest
Cappy,
of you guys are. Yes?
You're not a homer for the Lakers, though. And I feel like you were trying to poo-poo the Lakers win a little yesterday.
Well, it was so great. It was a regular season NBA basketball game. Big
I
deal.
get it, but they'd been playing terribly.
Yeah, so good win. Good for them to come back. Hey, listen, good to get LeBron back. Good to get his energy. Good to have AD's performance last night. You mentioned how well they played defensively. To me, I had a hard time actually deciphering the defense because I was so bored out of my freaking mind because I didn't watch the game to watch a free throw competition.
Whoa!
You hear me, DeAndre?
I hear you, man. I hear you. Just like I said, Cap, that's how the game went. That's how it went yesterday, man.
By the way, speaking of free throw competitions, wasn't that what Stephen A was supposed to do here this week? I didn't see it. I really saw him and Shaq and him decided to do 3-pointers, and then they couldn't hit any of them.
So Stephen A and Kenny did do a free throw competition, and Kenny shot left-handed.
Who won?
Stephen A.
Stephen A shot how many free throws?
I think they shot 5 each, I believe.
Okay, and Stephen A
Kenny shot left-handed.
Kenny shot left-handed, yeah.
How many Kenny make?
I think he made one or two.
And how many Stephen A made?
That's funny.
And Stephen A made 3, I believe.
Okay. George, if I put you on the free throw line right now, you got to shoot 10 free throws.
Oh, how many do I make out of 10?
Yep.
Now, cold, right?
Yeah,
like
cold,
no
right
warm-up?
now. No warm-up. Cold. In fact, you know
10?
what? Check that. Tell you what. I'll give you 5 practice free throws, and then you got to go shoot 10. How many
Once
do you
you
make in
give
10?
me 5 practice free throws, I could probably hit 5 or 6.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm not, but yeah, I could probably hit 5 or 6.
Okay,
if you just give me 5 to warm up, I could probably do 5 or 6. I feel confident in that number.
Okay.
Anything more than that, I'd be lying to you.
Okay. DeAndre?
I mean, it doesn't mean I couldn't hit 6 or 7, but, more than likely it's 5 or 6 if I get a couple practice shots.
All right, DeAndre, no shooting, completely cold. Put you on the free throw line right now. 10 free throws, how many you make?
I'll probably make at least 7 out of 10. I give myself
I believe that.
Yeah,
maybe more.
Maybe a little more. Yeah.
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 But 69 free throw attempts, Cappy, like the Lakers in Memphis yesterday. How many do you think you're going to make?
Out of 69?
Yeah.
69
attempts.
69 attempts. I get 69 shots, huh?
Yep, 69 of them.
Do I have to go consecutive? Like I just don't even take a break? 69 straight?
Correct.
Oh, that's tough.
Straight through.
That's tough. That's tough. I'd say I'll hit 45 of 69.
What percentage is that? That seems like high.
I don't know. 45 of 69? I don't know. I'm down 25. I don't know. All right, DeAndre's about to do some math.
No way you're hitting 65%.
Why not? Why not? Wait, hold on a second. Time out. Hold on. Time out. You ready?
No.
Okay, wait.
I
Time
didn't
out.
see that shooting form.
But wait a second. Time out. If you give me 10 free throws, right?
Yeah.
And I make somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 7, that's 65%.
Yeah, but I don't think you're hitting that. Once you're going to get tired.
Well, of course, that's what I was trying to say to you.
But that's why.
Yeah, what are you going to do when fatigue sets in, Cap?
Then I'm going to shoot underhanded, DeAndre.
Like Rick Barry?
That's exactly right.
What do you know about Rick Barry, DeAndre?
I know about Rick Barry. I know about Rick Barry. Come on, man.
You don't know Rick Barry.
Come on now.
Come on. You don't know nothing about him. I'll shoot underhanded through my legs if I have to.
Oh, come on. Anyway, Cappy, I know you weren't there for a free throw competition yesterday. But look, man, the Lakers showed activity. DeAndre's been doing videos on Lakers Talk Daily about just bodying somebody, getting in front of somebody. Have some pride on defense. They finally showed that. To me, the question is, how sustainable is that? That I don't have the answer to. But, God, I hope at least the effort is there every single night.
Well, what did you make of them moving Max Christie into the starting lineup? You know, like did that provide some sort of youthful defensive energy?
I think he's a guy. They are a smaller team, Memphis, right? Because they got Bane and Ja in the backcourt. So Max makes more sense. He's a little shiftier than Cam Reddish. And I think that, you know, Max is certainly a better shooter than Reddish, I think. But so I think it was worth a try. And, you know, I don't know if I don't think there's a long-term solution there. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that I like it better, especially against teams who have smaller backcourts.
Yeah, it was good.
What does DeAndre think?
DeAndre,
Max Christie. Thoughts, feelings, feedback. Let me hear what you got.
I believe he did a solid job guarding Ja Morant. I mean, that's a lot of workload you have to do, especially a guy like him. But I feel like he did a great job, and he's supposed to be listed at a Lakers definition of a 3-and-D guard, kind of be able to space the floor by shooting. And then also he can create his dribble a little bit better than Cam Reddish, meaning he can shoot a little bit of dribble pull-ups. So I kind of like the addition of him starting. Defensively, yeah, I think he's fine. He's doing. He did it the best way he can last night.
Cappy, we've got another fibers.
Yeah, the best way he can.
That's
what my man DeAndre said.
Give him effort. We got 5 or 6 more minutes here in our commercial-free zone. So tell us, that is commercial-free from our recorded commercials, but you got to tell us about your friends at Ocean Subaru real quick before we get back to more of this conversation.
Yeah, hey, real quick on Ocean Subaru. Tomorrow night when we get off the air from downtown L.A., I'm going to be driving my Subaru Crosstrek down to Fullerton, to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. And we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with Omar, the general manager. I've talked about Omar, 22 years in the U.S. Army. When Omar came out of the Army, he had no idea what he was going to do professionally. He got into auto sales. He fell in love with the art of selling, but he also fell in love with the Subaru product and the safety that it provides. So getting you and your family into the right Subaru is a passion of Omar's, and getting you into a great deal is a passion of Omar's. And I'll tell you right now, the Crosstrek that I'm driving, it looks small on the outside, but it feels really big and spacious on the inside. And my favorite part of it is the all-wheel drive, because here we are in December, and I'm going to be starting to head back and forth up to the mountains of Mammoth. But right now, it's the Share the Love event that's happening at Subaru. And last year, we were at $250 million raised. This year, we're going to get to $320 million raised for local charities. And here's what happens. When you buy or lease a new Subaru right now, you can make a $250 donation to a national partner like ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, or the National Park Foundation. But if you want that $250 donation to stay closer to home, this year the Women's Club of Fullerton is our local charity of choice. So come on down. Let's get you into the right Subaru. Let's get you into the best possible deal we can, and let's make a donation to a national or a local charity. Ocean Subaru, conveniently located at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Here's their website. It's oceansubarooc.com. That's oceansubarooc.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They make you smile. Big smile, everybody, at every mile.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, go ahead.
The Grizzlies are the 2 seed at the moment. The Lakers are the 10 seed at the moment. Okay? And if I put them in a playoff matchup, A couple of years ago, Lakers would, they were happy to have Memphis in their path because it was a team they matched up favorably against. It seems like that could be the case again, to be honest with you. That just happen to be it happens to be a favorable matchup for them.
Yeah. If I were the Lakers and you told me that the Lakers were the 10 and they had to play the 2 and the 2
Well, I mean, that
Memphis.
wouldn't be the case, but eventually if they got to like this, if they got to a point where they would play the Grizzlies in a matchup, like if they're the 7 or something like that.
Math aside, I'm just taking a look at the current standings.
Because right now they're the 10, but they're like half a game out of the 6 spot,
I would say to you that of Oklahoma City and Houston, who's currently at 3, Dallas at 4, Denver at 5, Phoenix at 6. If you told me Lakers versus Grizzlies, I'd much rather take my chances against Memphis.
You'd sign up for that is what I'm
100%.
asking.
More so than Oklahoma City. More so than Houston right now.
Oh, no question. I mean, Houston, DeAndre, you've seen them. Those guys, granted, they lost the other day because they're just young, and maybe in a playoff series it would be a problem for them because they would just not find enough offense. But defensively, they're going to run you ragged. And they have a coach, who's coached in the finals. You know what I mean? So it's not like some schlep over there on the other side.
Oh yeah, they're a real physical team. I mean, offensively, like you said, that's a different story. They're still trying to find a rhythm and a go-to guy as far as offensively. But defensively, they get after it, man. Yeah,
I mean, they do. Cappy, you know what's the most interesting thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder now that I've been around them for a few days?
My answer is no. I don't know the most interesting thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder now that you've been around them for a few days. Tell me.
And it's one of those things where, I've been around them a little bit, right? But, I've gotten a chance to be around them for now several days in a row, which I don't get the chance to do because usually we're kind of, we're flying in and out of these games, even in the playoffs. So I had kind of noticed, as I watched them, I'm like, man, they're a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. Now, granted, they added Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein. Those are more veteran guys. But still young, right? They're not old veteran guys. And you know what young teams generally don't do in sports, Cappy, but particularly basketball? They don't have the maturity to understand a pecking order. You know what I mean? Hey, this guy is the best player. This guy's the second best player. This guy's the third best player. Because on a young team, usually everybody wants to be the best player. You know what I mean? They're trying to get theirs. And they don't have that. They don't have those worries because they're mature beyond their years in a way that's surprising to me. Because I remember when Chet Holmgren went down, he busted his hip, right? He's out for 8 to 10 weeks, and then he's still going to have a ramp up at that point. And I remember, people were oh, they're done. They're not going to be the 1 seed. Mike Trudell. And, yeah, Mike Trudell, I did call you out on that. I just got to be honest. I just let the audience know. We try to keep it real around here, okay? Trudell, sorry.
Spoke to Trudell this morning, by the way, George. This is not a common occurrence for me to reach out to Mike on a personal level off air. Yeah. We're really just starting to form this bond between the two of us. But when I was watching the Lakers last night in the early part of the broadcast, Billy Mack, as he handed off to Mike Trudell, congratulated Trudell for his son or sons. I think there's the twins, right?
Yeah.
That they won.
Well, he has 3 sons, but there's twins, yes.
Okay. They won some soccer championship, And so when Billy Mack handed off to Trudell to open up the broadcast, he was like, hey, congratulations to Mike Trudell and your sons for winning this whatever championship it was in soccer. And so this morning I reached out to Trudell because another buddy of mine had posted some videos of his son's team winning a soccer game, and the uniforms looked similar, so I was wondering if they were the same team, same club. Turns out they weren't. We missed each other by a year. Yeah. But Trudell was funny because he knew that the reason that I knew about his kid playing soccer because of Billy Mack.
Right.
And I think if I had to take a stab here, that Trudell was super impressed. Oh, not only were you watching, you were watching early to hear that level of detail.
Good job, Cappy.
I was in the airport. And I was going to get a burger at this Bobby Flay burger stand, which I did, and I regretted the hell out of it. Oh, my God.
I'm
still
too much
hurting.
meat late at night.
Still hurting. Just greasy.
So let me finish my commentary on OKC before we move on here.
I got to hear that.
I mean, we don't have to hear it if we don't want to.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Keep going.
I get paid whether you talk about Bobby Flay or I talk about the Thunder. So
you're winning, by the way, today. You're winning time of possession today, Jack.
Am I? I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Don't you have to see the score? It's 43 to Sedano, 41 for Kap. I'm taking the L today.
Look at that. So anyway, we got a break. I'll tell you on the other side.
You're saying they're young.
Yeah, they just know a pecking order, and young people want to be the guy all the time, and they don't have that. Everybody knows Shea's the guy, that Jalen Williams is the number 2, and that Chet Holmgren is the number 3, and everybody else just falls into their role, which is kind of awesome. You don't usually see that with young teams. You know?
You mean like selflessness, like caring about the team and putting winning ahead of yourself?
Correct. You don't see that with young teams in sports, period, very often.
Good observation.
But first, Cappy, let me tell you about Bouqs, short for bouquets. Listen, if you're one of those people, last-minute shopper, yep, raising my hand, I'm guilty, all right? I've gone to the jewelry store on Christmas Eve. I've done all that stuff. Here's the deal. Go to Bouqs. Go to Bouqs.com. Get yourself some flowers for mom, for abuela, for your wifey, for your girlfriend, for tia, for your sister, for whoever, okay? That's the holiday strategy. Less stuff, more flowers. Fresh farm flowers from the Bouqs Company. Go to their website, Bouqs.com. That's Bouqs.com. Use the promo code ESPN. We'll get you 25% off. Here's why I love Bouqs. They're different. Flowers are cut fresh, sourced directly from the best flower farms in the world. They last way longer. Mine last weeks. I got my wife some Christmas flowers weeks ago. Still going, okay? So here's the deal. Whether it's an individual bouquet, whether it's a subscription for the wifey because you want to keep this on repeat because you know Valentine's Day is coming up. The beauty of Bouqs is you don't have to wait last minute. You can go to Bouqs.com, Bouqs.com, use the promo code ESPN, get 25% off. You can pick the bouquet you want, and then you can set the date and not worry about it. It'll get delivered. So don't procrastinate. Go to Bouqs.com, save 25% using the promo code ESPN. You'll love what you'll get. They're going to love what they're going to get, and everyone's happy. Bouqs.com, use the promo code ESPN, save 25%. That's Bouqs.com, promo code ESPN, save 25%. That's Bouqs.com, promo code ESPN.
With the holiday season in full swing, stay up to date with Lakers emails sent straight to your inbox. Each email offers something different. Lakers pregame emails gets you game day essentials before tip-off, from projected starters to game times. While Lakers weekly emails gives you exclusive Lakers content created especially for subscribers. Never miss a minute of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. Let's go, Lake Show.
Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and there's extensive water damage. This is when it can feel as though your relationship with your insurance has become an abusive one. They don't agree that you need a replacement living arrangement, despite it being glaringly obvious. Then, the insurance adjuster leaves you hanging. You feel abandoned with a home that is no longer livable, and you now have no other choice than to use the insurance contractor to make repairs, which includes their brazen attempt at lowballing the estimate. Okay, so here's what you do. You take a deep breath, then you call Avner Gatt. They're one of California's largest public adjusting firms, and trust me, size does matter in this case because Avner Gatt has experienced it all. Insurance companies can make you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope in getting your home back together. Avner Gatt knows exactly how to handle these situations. Not only do they have extensive knowledge on how to handle your dilemma, but they remain passionate about helping people. It's why Avner and his family continue to take the calls themselves at Avner Gatt Inc. They cover all of Southern California, and if I haven't convinced you with all of these truth bombs thus far, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. So, whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256. And you can go online to avnergatt.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. This season, keep your holiday gifts a surprise when you choose to pick up from Amazon Locker or Counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call Next Gen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all of your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. You heard it right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience coverage and comfort all season long. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a Next Gen member, you'll enjoy complimentary multi-point inspections, cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and exclusive members-only savings. Plus, you'll have a VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment. Sign up today to become a Next Gen VIP. Don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Next Gen is the only name you need to remember for comfort and reliability all season long. That's 833-3-NEXT-GEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Head over to Kia of Carson for the Season of New Tradition sales event. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country,
I'm Doug.
And I'm
Damon. And we want to buy your house. Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more. No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days. Check out our Google reviews. And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
The new EV, hybrid, and plug-in models. Head over now or online at KiaCarson.com. Sale ends January 2nd.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy. Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Final segment your Monday afternoon. The Seller's Advantage Real Deal segment. As we get ready for Dealer's Choice from Cappy. In just a moment is our final segment song. Have a great night. Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky coming up. And Sedano, farewell, my friend. Enjoy the holiday season. Final segment. Sedano and Kap your Monday afternoon right now.
Wow, he ended it early.
Really early.
Hit the post. Yeah.
Really early. Hey, by the way, he mentioned the Real Deal, which is coming up for Seller's Advantage, which is dealer's choice. Hey, look, if you're looking to sell your home right now, I do want to remind everybody, I know it's not like exactly the time of the year, okay? But if you're thinking about selling your house, you really should call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747. Their website is sellersadvantage.com. George, for whatever reason you're deciding to sell, you might as well call for that no-obligation offer or visit the website sellersadvantage.com. They make you a competitive cash offer. They'll even give you $10,000 to move. They make it fast, easy. Seller's Advantage and sellersadvantage.com, which means, George, now that we get to the real deal, we get to the dealer's choice real deal here, presented by Seller's Advantage. I'm handing it off to you. Tonight is your night because tonight is your last night.
I have a question. It's really a question for DeAndre. DeAndre, the streets are talking, man. Did you get into it with a Fox 11 news anchor about your LeBron take?
Yeah, so...
what happened?
You're not going to tell us this before the show?
Well, I didn't think, it was, that big of a deal. But, it was a viral moment that went on Twitter. We posted a Lakers Talk Daily episode in regards to my LeBron take. And I said that the Lakers, it wouldn't be a bad idea to think about rebuilding for the future, meaning be away from the LeBron era, the LeBron Lakers era. I said it's okay to move on. And a lot of people didn't take likely to that. A lot of people did. It's 50-50 as far as replies. There was a guy from Fox 11 who did come at me on Twitter.
Who's that?
What's his name?
I'll find it right now. His name was Gerard Moncure.
What does he do?
It just said, I look on his bio, he's a sports anchor for Fox LA.
Okay, I don't know.
But yeah, he pretty much came at me and said, hey, is this guy from here?
I know my man Gerard Moncure. I've seen him at Lakers games. I say what's up to him every once in a while. He went at your D.
Yeah, he said that, he pretty much said, is this guy from here? He doesn't sound like it. The franchise doesn't do 3 or 4 year rebuilds. Someone explained this to him. And I responded by just saying, hey, why don't you explain it to me? And he said, are you from here? I said, why does that matter? Explain it to me why they don't do rebuilds. And then he went on to explain why. And I told him, well, the case that you're making, there was a rebuild. The rookie D'Angelo Russell year and how the Lakers were barely winning no more than 25 games, right? So I said those were rebuild years. And it took those years to acquire LeBron James, to acquire Anthony Davis, because they had young rising stars at that time. And they're able to use those assets to acquire guys like that. So that's all I was saying. And he pretty much came and kept on going and going and going. So yeah, I had a little altercation on Twitter.
Well, the thing is that this whole you're not from here routine, dude, it's lame. Somebody can't have an opinion and not be. And by the way, I mean, DeAndre, you're obviously from Palm Springs. You've been following the NBA your whole life. You're a huge basketball fan.
But technically not from here.
Right. But this whole notion of you have to be from here to understand this, you can't. Let me ask this same guy a question. Does Bill Plaschke have you texting him or tweeting him? How dare you write a column in the LA Times that you suggest that LeBron and AD get traded? Did he have that same reaction? Or did he say, I don't know this guy. I'll just decide to go after him?
I don't know. But like I said, it was funny because I brought up a couple good points and, he tried to rebuttal, but, it wasn't flying, man. I told him how it was, man. And I stood by my ground. I stood 10 toes down.
All right. Well, let's bring him on the air and have you guys talk it out.
Oh, I would love to.
And by the way, if he wants a piece after you get done taking care of Jerry, or maybe the way really Jerry takes care of you, then maybe we'll have you guys go at it.
Look, the tweet was, Laker fans, do you agree? DeAndre is calling for the hashtag Lake Show to move on from the LeBron James era. And then obviously in the video, I explained my reasoning on why they should. And then he had to, he replied. Like I said, that video did over 7,000 views.
Send me that link. I want to see that.
I got you.
There you go. Cappy, I'm done here with you this week. Andy Kamenetsky's coming up with Lakers talk. You guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. You, DeAndre, Lindsay, everybody on the circle, okay? Even Christopher, right, who cut us short today for some reason in his rejoin. But anyway, I wanted to tell you I love you guys. Thank you for carrying me during the year. I will talk to you in the new year, okay? But don't break the show, Cappy, while I'm gone.
I will not break the show, but I will say this before we get out of here. Just as you're leaving, George, now for the holidays, just remember, everybody, Amazon.com/pickupmvp, because you're going to be traveling around. You're going to be going to business meetings to finish up the year. You're going to be going to Christmas parties, and you're going to say, I don't want my Amazon packages to sit in front of my house or sit in front of my apartment. So now with Amazon Pickup, you can send your orders to a secure pickup location, and when the order is delivered, then they're going to send you an email with information and details about how to pick up your order. And during this busy time of the year, you don't want your packages sitting there because you're going to be out and about. Go to Amazon.com/pickupMVP. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP. George, have a great rest of your week. We're back tomorrow. Andy Kamenetsky is in. Peace out, everybody.